He swung on and hit the air to right field deep. And you can't forget about this one. Blaze Salter hits number 5, and the Newport Gulls retake the lead.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Gone! A grand slam! Sure left power, right tower power, and the Gulls walk off in the 15th inning!
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Tomas steps on the back for one out, throws to first, it is in time, a double play!
Pitch, breaking ball lifted deep to center field, and it is gone! A two-run shot for Cody Hosey.
Bringing a high drive, left field deep. Bolzano going back, looking up. This ball is a two-run homer. P.J. Jones hits it out.
Stay tuned. The pregame show begins now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Now, in his third season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Zach Ledson.
3 regular season games. That's all Newport has left before its postseason trek begins. Hi everybody, Zach Letson getting you set for the 7th and final matchup between the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators here this season. A win would clinch the winningest regular season for the Newport Gulls since 2013. It's a 6:35 first pitch here at Cardines Field, but first, the Gulls pregame show starts right now. Back here on the Gulls pregame show, Zach Letson, joined by Newport All-Star starting center fielder. It is Colton Ledbetter of Mississippi State. And Colton, you partook in a lot of the activities on Sunday over at Martha's Vineyard. I want to start with the home run derby. You finished as the runner-up, 12 in the first round, 12 in the second round. We talked on Saturday, and you said, hopefully Gus doesn't choke, gives you some good pitches to hit. How is that experience? Did he give you some good pitches? Because, I mean, he hit 24 jacks, so couldn't have been too bad, right?
Yeah, no, he locked it in. I've never seen Gus so locked in before. No, he was doing great. He was filling up the zone like he should, throwing me inside. He was doing a great job. I just need to hit 2 more to win it, but, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, so I can't be too mad. It was a fun experience. It was way more exhausting than I thought it would be, but it was really fun. It was a great experience.
Well, probably exhausting because you hit 24 jacks, and then you play in the game, and you're the only player that can say you had 4 hits in the game. That included a 3-run home run that went 409 feet. I mean, how cool was that experience for you, showcasing your talent that everyone here in Newport has seen, but then you do it against the best in the entire league, a 4-for-4 day, 5 RBIs. How cool was that just to have that kind of day for you?
It was very cool. Honestly, I was just expecting like 2 hits, 2 for 4, maybe a walk to throw in there. But, it's just to add in a home run that went that far. I think it's my farthest of the year. It's just, it was a good way to end it. But I couldn't ask for a better All-Star experience. I wish there was more Newport Gulls guys in it, more deserving. But, it is what it is. But it was a really fun experience. We put on a show. Newport Gulls did.
4 goals in attendance on Sunday as all-star selections. You one of them, Colton, and you are also now the single-season all-time RBI leader in Newport Gulls history. So congratulations on that. 1 away from tying the all-time home run record here with 3 games remaining in the regular season. But as a team, in July, especially these last couple weeks, it's felt like you've led the charge, but offensively, this just has to be such a fun team to be a part of, just all the guys 1 through 9.
I've never put on such a good lineup before. It's actually insane. I think we have at least 5 guys sitting over 300 with jacks and crazy amount of RBIs, and it's such a fun team to play for when, if you happen to get out that AB, that guys can pick you up behind you and score those runs that are on base. It really frees you up as a hitter. Makes you more relaxed because, like I said, as the guys behind you, they got your back. They can do it. They can do the same stuff. So it makes it a lot more fun, like I said.
Well, kind of a wild back-and-forth game. Gulls hit 3 home runs, end up falling by 1 run to Martha's Vineyard in a game where Newport played pretty well, ended up just falling by 1. What's the mentality? 3 games left. Newport is already in the playoffs. They will be playing postseason baseball. Because this is certainly a talented enough team to go the distance. What's the mentality to try to get there?
Just win every game. Win every game that we have left. Play our hearts out. That's what we came here to do. We felt as if I don't know if I should add this in there, but we felt as if we got disrespected in the All-Star pickings and all that. So we're gonna try and win this whole thing to show them that we are more than deserving, and we're all, I think our whole lineup's All-Star worthy. But yeah, it's just win every game we can and have fun with it, because why not, summer ball.
Win every game. That's a pretty good mentality to have. That is Mississippi State's Colton Ledbetter. Colton, thanks so much for the time as always.
Yep, thank you. It's great.
All right, the Gulls pregame show rolls on.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. Caden Charpentier here with Gulls infielder Josh Krodegrauer. Josh, obviously you are red hot at the plate right now. You got a 10-game hitting streak. Right now you're tied for the most hits in the past 7 days in the NECBL. What's your approach right now? How are you able to be so productive? And what's just working for you at the plate right now?
I mean, for me, it's just being aggressive early in the count, whether it's a fastball, all speed, just getting something I can handle and swinging at strikes. Just don't want to get in a lot of 0-2 counts, 0-1 counts. So just being aggressive has really been working for me.
Love to hear that. So you're coming off a week where you were named the NECBL Player of the Week. Actually the 8th goal since 2014, the 2nd goal this season. Overall, the Gulls have double the amount of top awards out of any other team in the NECBL. What was that week like for you, and what does that just honor mean for you individually, really?
I mean, individually, it's always nice to get recognized for your play. But, I mean, it was a good week swinging the bat, but I do have to give a lot of credit to the guys in the lineup before me. I mean, the entire week, I felt like every time I got on was less than 2 outs with runners in scoring position. So they really paved the way for me to get RBIs and just feel comfortable trying to do something for the team. So a lot of credit to them. They helped me out a lot.
Love to hear that. Obviously, last night it was definitely a tough loss. Went down to the wire, nail-biting loss to the Sharks. But tonight you flipped the page. You got another team in the division, the North Shore Navigators. Another tough team that's never given you an easy game. How do you put that game behind you from yesterday and move on to against a team that record-wise may not be the best, but realistically they're still a tough ball club?
I think we do a good job of flushing losses like that. It was a tough loss, 6-5, but I think we do a good job moving forward and just taking every game day by day. And I think we're just going to come out here and stick to our approach, be aggressive, and just have fun. That's what we've been doing, and that's been working for us. So
Love that. So, you play so many different positions. I feel like every game you're in shortstop, second base, you're in right field. You're all over the outfield. You're in the infield. How are you able to stay so productive, so consistent at all those positions, and at the same time hit at such an elite level in so many different spots in the lineup as well?
I mean, I know just playing since I was a child, I put a lot of work into playing different positions, being versatile to get looked at by colleges. But, I mean, I'm a competitor, so wherever they put me, I'm just going to give my best effort, try my best to make all the plays I can to help the team. So.
To hear that. Well, JKG, thank you so much, and best of luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Wrapping up our on-field coverage, time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Zach Letson joined alongside the voice of the North Shore Navigators, Dugan Lloyd, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Charpentier, as we prepare for the 7th and final matchup between these two teams this season, Dugan. Two teams coming off of pretty different results. A emphatic, impressive win for North Shore yesterday. That came out at Don Stadium 8-2 against the Mystic Schooners in a game where North Shore kind of just took control and there was no looking back.
Well, as I said last night, this is a team where they might not be where they want in the standings. They might be in the cellar of the Coastal. But at the same time, they're taking down a lot of playoff caliber teams. That big win, it was 8-0 going into the 9th yesterday. They beat the first place Vermont Mountaineers right before the break, and there's winners of 4 of their last 6, really rounding into form when they need. And right now it's working both on the pitching side of things and the hitting side of things, either manufacturing or just driving in runs at a good clip, and then the starting pitching has been brilliant. We saw yesterday a scoreless outing out of Graham Jeffries, who's from here, Newport, and that's just been the story with mostly everyone that they've put out. So that's the scouting report, and we'll see what Cooper Smith can do with the ball.
Now, Smith has already pitched 2 times in pretty stellar outings against Newport this summer. Navigators were in the win column yesterday. Caden, Newport was not, but still a performance Gulls can hold their hat high on 3 home runs. Gulls fall short 6-5 to Martha's Vineyard. And a lot of offensive momentum, I think, is the right way to put it heading into tonight's matchup.
I mean, the offense has always been the catalyst for this team. You know, the beginning of the season, the pitching was great, and right now the offense has been phenomenal. It's going to be what they rely on in the postseason. It's going to be what they rely on tonight. But the Navs have always given the Gulls a really good game. Like, it's going to be a good game tonight despite the record. I think the Navigators are much better than what it says on their record. This should be a fantastic game, and the Newport offense, after last night, I think they're going to be riding a lot of momentum. They have 2 of the hottest hitters in baseball in this league right now. JKG, just talked to him. He's red hot at the plate. Colton Ledbetter, the same thing. This offense, this lineup, we looked at it. It's so deep. So should expect, I think, a lot of runs from Newport tonight.
3 one-run games, 2 walk-off wins, 1 for each team. That is what North Shore and Newport have produced this season. We'll see what the season finale produces, and we'll see you up in the booth.
Before we get into the countless, after our first pitches, there's countless individuals here that we'd like to recognize. First, of course, again,
The 7th and final matchup between the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators is upon us here tonight. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us from Cardines Field. Zach Letson joined alongside the voice of the North Shore Navigators, Dugan Lloyd, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Sharp-Sear. 2 teams that, well, when you look at records, Dugan, fairly different. Newport is 27-14. North Shore is 12-28. However, you look at how this season series has gone, and it's been games that have filled with tight, nail-biting contests.
Yeah, we talked about before the broadcast how it seems like every time we come to Cardines Field, it is a nail-biter. We will see if it does live up to that. Yet again, Cooper Smith is a guy who has thrown against the Gulls and thrown pretty well. 2 outings, 6 innings in both those, and 1 earned combined. A guy who has taken him on at Fraser and Cardines Field. Hasn't come out with, or has come out with a win at home, but still looking for one here. And right now, just a lineup that is starting to manufacture runs. And it isn't always pretty. It's a lot of small ball, but they're getting it done, and they're coming together as a unit. And it's been very encouraging for any fan to see.
4 out of the last 5 in the W column for North Shore. Newport's coming off a 6-5 loss yesterday to the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Gulls out-hit Martha's Vineyard with 9 hits, 3 home runs, but ended up falling short by 1. But this offense that has been scorching hot will look to continue that into tonight, Caden. .352 team batting average over the last 10 games.
I mean, just like hearing that number is just kind of absurd, just trying to comprehend, like 1 through 9, as Ledbetter said in the pregame, like all these guys are deserving of recognition individually. And, I mean, you see the production. The production is phenomenal, and we should see a really, really good game offensively for the Gulls, despite the fact you have a really phenomenal pitcher on the mound for the Navigators. But this offense right now for Newport is on a whole new level. And hopefully the momentum continues, not from this game, but into the postseason.
2 of the best starting pitchers in the NECBL this season, Kevin Sider and Cooper Smith, going face-to-face. We'll have plenty more about that matchup. It is Mark Weed Scholarship Legacy Night here at Cardines Field. We have ceremonial first pitches as well as on-field ceremonies ahead of tonight's national anthem. So let's send it down to the field with Newport Director of Operations Mike Falcone, and we'll join you after the anthem.
Assistant coach Dan Kosowski catching today. Angels. Jeez on that one. He's one of our local representatives, a senator for Little Compton, Middletown, Newport, and Tiverton, Senator Louis Palma. That's a strike. Next, I'd like to welcome Representative Robert Craven. He's here with his wife, Susan. Let's give him he represents North Kingston. Next, I'd like to say a big thank you to two of our local representatives from Newport and Middletown, Representative Marvin Abney and Representative Lauren Carson, who co-sponsored a legislative grant to support the Newport Gulls that we received. So thank you so much for the financial support and for helping out the people that are here in Newport. Representative Carson's going to throw it out on their behalf. And last, but certainly not least, let's welcome Representative Greg Amori, who serves the residents of East Providence. I like that. At this time, I'd like you please to all rise and remove your caps as the nation's colors are presented to us today by the Cranston Police Department. And here to perform tonight's national anthem is Jenica B. Conley, who has nearly 10 years of experience working here in the state of Rhode Island. She's sung the national anthem on this night for nearly 10 years as well, and we're lucky to have her.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you very much. I'm going to hand the mic to Teresa to kick us off here.
Just want to say thank you to all of you who came. to all of those that have supported the scholarship and memory mark over the years. And most importantly, let's play ball.
First pitch on the horizon. The Newport Gulls, the North Shore Navigators, a Wednesday night at Cardines Field. It is the penultimate home regular season game for Newport. Only one home game remains before the NECBL playoffs begin. Newport can rest assured knowing that it will begin the playoffs with a home playoff game. Unlike last season, Newport will play in what is shaping up to be a wild card game. Vermont and Bristol both closing in on those top two seeds. Newport sits in third with now just a half-game advantage. Newport falling to Martha's Vineyard, a 6-5 final last night. That closed the gap to just a half game. And while North Shore sits in last, Dugan, in the Coastal Division, this has proven to be, from top to bottom, the most talented punch-for-punch and just, quite frankly, the best division in the NECBL.
Yeah, there's no off night in the Coastal Division. We have come to know that for a fact. You go back to yesterday, Navigators playing spoiler to the Mystic Schooners, who are also vying for a seed and potentially a home game on their own front. Now coming down, facing Newport for the last time. Obviously that extra game that not every Coastal matchup will have, Game 7. Right now, the Gulls are ahead in that series, but big implications as you said it, they just lead by one game over those Martha's Vineyard Sharks, who it took a yeoman's effort but did get the best of them yesterday.
If the playoffs started today, it would be Newport and Ocean State in a wild card game here at Cardines Field, and then Martha's Vineyard and Mystic in a wild card game in the Shark Tank. Still 3 games to go for Newport, so don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but we teased what is promising to be a sensational pitching matchup, so let's get into it. For Newport, it is the Quinnipiac man, Kevin Sider, who will get the ball for the Gulls. And, well, what can you say about Kevin Sider, a guy that has been spectacular for Newport, back-to-back 6 no-hit appearances for the Quinnipiac man, and one of those came against the North Shore Navigators. It was 6 innings of no-hit ball. He followed that up with 6 innings of no-hit ball against the Mystic Schooners, a 2.17 ERA, 7 games, 5 starts, 29 innings. He has been spectacular. And then on the other side, it's a man that's already faced Newport twice in Cooper Smith.
Not too many people have an answer for this Gulls attack. He is one of them who so far has provided that approach. When you look at it, that was the 7-inning format of a doubleheader tonight. We will get the full thing. Cooper Smith is third shot here at the Gulls. The Navigators are 1-1 in those matchups. We will see what he has here today. A guy who likes to throw a lot of strikes, doesn't mess around outside of the zone. We'll see a lot of that fastball, which he uses to set up a nasty slider and a changeup as well.
Chris Engstrand calls the balls and strikes. Keith Peterson and James Fonseca. You get a look at the umps on your screen. Those are tonight's field umpires. 7th and final matchup between Newport and North Shore. Gulls lead the season series 4-2 and have taken the last 3 matchups, all of which have been spectacular. Back-to-back 7-6 finals, and then you attack in rather a 7-6 final, then a 3-1 final, then another 7-6 final, all taking place here at Cardines Field.
And these are also a lot of the same guys day in, day out. I know at least on North Shore side of things, this lineup has really settled in at least the top 2/3 of the lineup when you look at it. Guys like Jonathan Luters, Jake Gustin, Justin Casella have been in that 1-3 role, and then Jack Penny, Connor Birch, and Nathan Blasik have consistently been in the heart of that lineup. Some movement there, 7-8, as guys like Charlie Taylor, Stan D. Martinez, and Brady O'Brien will get it done today. But at the same time, it really is the same group that has been facing Newport all year.
Goals out in the field. You mentioned, Dugan, that, well, it's a similar cast of characters. A little shuffle in terms of positions, in terms of order. How does Bob Macaluso shape up this lineup as North Shore looks for its 5th win in 6 games? How does the Navigators' batting order look?
As you mentioned, a couple tweaks, but pretty similar. Jonathan Luters will be leading off. No surprise there at shortstop. Luters has been very productive of recent. Jake Gustin right behind him. He went 4 for 6 last night and was robbed of another base hit up the middle. Is really seeing the ball well. And last time he was here, he did go yard. Justin Casella has really filled into that 3-hole nicely and playing center field. Jack Penny back in the cleanup role as Connor Birch right smack dab in the middle of the lineup. And a 3rd straight start at designated hitter. Nathan Blasek, who fell just short of Colton Ledbetter in the home run derby, will be batting 6th tonight as Charlie Taylor, Stan DeMartinez, and Brady O'Brien round out the Navigators' attack.
Another great one is promised between 2 teams that have only played in close games early this season, at least in terms of late in the game. It's always been close. Goals are out in the fields, wearing those home whites that they wear every home game except Fridays. You see Kevin Sider on the mound. The defense behind him, it looks with Colton Freeman in left, Colton Ledbetter in center, Alec Makarevich, a home run last night, he's in right. Slade Alford, 2 hits last night, he plays third. Josh Crota-Grauer, the Week 7 NECBL Player of the Week, who you heard from in the Goals pregame show, plays shortstop. Trent Farquhar, who had a 2-run homer, plays at second. Noah Martinez plays at first, and Jake Burley is the battery mate for the Quinnipiac Bobcat, Kevin Sider. A Week 4 NECBL Pitcher of the Week. Goals have had 2 Pitchers of the Week. Actually came in back-to-back order for Sider, and then Ryan Ginther the week after.
Saw a 6-inning sample size from him last time, and some serious stuff.
First pitch, a fastball that's right down the heart of the plate. We're underway from Newport, Rhode Island. 6:42 Eastern Time, 75 degrees, and mostly sunny. You can't beat it. Right back at Luters, this time a bit upstairs. It's 1-1.
One thing I always like to mention is, especially in this first at-bat, Luters is very particular about when he's going to swing. Usually wants something good, and it's going to make Sider work for those strikes.
Squares around to bunt and pulls it back. Now we've seen him do that. That approach that, I don't know if you want to call it a scrappy player, but he's someone that is a speedster, a quick glove, and, well, he can bunt his way for a base hit, that's for sure.
He'll do anything it takes to win.
Cracked on the ground to JKG, and there's the first down of the night.
I mean, JKG makes it look so easy. Like, it's just, that's not really a routine play, coming in the infield, making a nice little throw to first base, as you see on the replay, but it makes it look so simple, and, I mean, just a nice quick out for Kevin Sider.
Mentioned that unbelievable pitcher's duel of a game. You'll be hard-pressed to find a game that was quite literally between 2 pitchers more than Sider against Cooper Smith back earlier this season. First pitch Jake Gustin sees is flown into straightaway center, and Colton Ledbetter charges in quickly 2 away.
Through just 5 pitches, this is exactly what Sider wanted. As you mentioned, now a full game this time. He will see the Navigators making quick work from him so far and looking a lot like the guy we saw last time out.
In that game, that was out at Frazier Field, game 2 of a 7-inning doubleheader, Kevin Sider threw 6 no-hit innings. Cooper Smith countered with 6 shutout innings of 2-hit ball. That one right off the bottom of the bat of Justin Casella. So the game went 7 innings, of course, the allotted time for the 7-inning doubleheader, the allotted amount of innings, I should say, and there was no score. Went to extra innings, and the Navigators walked it off on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 8th. It was actually the last time North Shore beat Newport. Strike into Casella, now a 0-2 count to the hottest North Shore Navigator. .424 batting average over his last 9 games. Watches strike 3 calls. 1, 2, 3. That's easy money for Kevin Sider. Head to the home half of the first here on the NECBL Network.
fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League.
Home half of the first, that's where we head here at, well, just a gorgeous night here at Cardines Field. 75 degrees, 6:45 Eastern. And the Gulls, well, they look for their 17th home win this season, second to last home game here in the regular season. Trent Farquhar, he gets it started playing second base. Colton Freeman, the left fielder, will hit behind him. Colton Ledbetter hits third and plays in center. Slade Alford hits cleanup and plays third. Noah Martinez hits fifth and plays first. First pitch from Cooper Smith. Rocked into left center field, ranging in O'Brien. One pitch and one out. Bottom portion of the Newport order, it is the Week 7 NECBL Player of the Week, Josh Kuroda-Grauer, who hits sixth. Alec Makarevich, solo shot last night. He hits seventh and plays in right. Brian Brecker, he hit his first home run in a Newport uniform last night. He hits eighth and is the designated hitter, while Jake Burley rounds out the order for Newport doing the catching. Mentioned that Newport, well, they are familiar with Cooper Smith. Faced him twice. Colton Freeman digging in, and he swings first pitch. Blooped shallow and right. Gustin ranging back. Makes the catch over the shoulder.
I think that Cooper Smith might have been watching that first inning where Sider got a bunch of quick outs.
Yeah. Anything you can do, I can do, right?
Exactly.
Well, Gustin made the catch. He's at second base, left to right across the infield for North Shore. Jack Plenty plays third. Jonathan Luters plays shortstop. Gustin, as mentioned, is at second. The home run derby participant, Nathan Blasik, at first. Stan DeMartinez in right. Justin Casella in center. Brady O'Brien is in left, and Charlie Taylor does the catching for Smith. Here's Colton Ledbetter. First pitch misses inside. Didn't have the night he wanted last night against Martha's Vineyard, but, well, he could still look up and say, oh, I'm hitting .485 in my last 10 games. 19 hits across. And there's a strike to make it 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday just snapped his 5-game multi-hit streak. I mean, he was on fire. He had 4 hits, and if you're counting the All-Star game, but I mean, I think right now Ledbetter is locked in hitting wise, especially if you discount last night. But I think he's motivated to kind of move on from that and perform tonight.
The most RBIs ever in a single season for Newport Gull. Colton Ledbetter's 45. And he reached that mark with a 3-run home run here against the Vermont Mountaineers on Saturday. Hit back foul. That was the first of back-to-back home runs for Newport. Slade Alford and Noah Martinez followed. Just a remarkable offensive day against, well, a team that has not been easy to do that against.
Not to mention he's tied for first in both home runs and RBIs, both with Ryan Ignafa, who right now an arms race between the two.
Breaking ball misses low. 2-2 to Colton. Now 11 home runs. That is one behind the most a Newport Gull has ever hit in a single season. Gail Rosen back in 2012. 3 games left to try to reach that mark for Ledbetter. Gulls, of course, at home here tonight against the Navs. On the road tomorrow. That's over at Dodd Stadium against the Mystic Schooners. Back here one more time Friday night against the Ocean State Waves in a game that is crucial for both teams. That could be a win and you're in game for Ocean State, the last team as of right now in the playoffs. Now a 3-2 count. Right now it is Ocean State, but right on their tail are the Danbury Westerners and the Sanford Mainers. Both of those teams have the same amount of losses. Ocean State just with one more win than Sanford, 2 more wins than Danbury. And the payoff. Foul tipped, Ledbetter stays alive.
I mean, we've been seeing a lot of quick outs here, but Ledbetter is not a quick out by any means. Anytime, I mean, he takes pitches, he doesn't swing at anything he doesn't like, and he fouls pitches off, and we're seeing it here. It's a tough out for Cooper Smith to get.
Picked up his 27th walk of the summer last night, as Trent Farquhar has one more than Trent Farquhar in that department. Another category where he sits top 10 in the league. Crowd filling in as we near the 7 o'clock hour here in Newport. Ledbetter bloops it into left, ranging over O'Brien. That's going to fall. One hops into his glove, a long single for Colton Ledbetter. His 55th hit this summer.
I mean, right on cue. I mean, we know last night what is the night that he wanted, but starts off first at bat, a nice long AB for him, and he gets a pitch he likes, and he drives it into left field. And right now the Gulls, Slade Alford right next, and you got a position where the Newport Gulls do produce runs in the first inning, so let's see what they can do with 2 outs, which is they've been also productive in that position as well.
Even when he's not barreling it up, still finding holes in that outfield.
Nobody in the NECBL has more base hits than Ledbetter. Here's Slade Alford, swinging first pitch and slaps it deep to center. Back is Casella. He watches it fly on a one-way ticket out of here. One pitch to Slade Alford, and he puts it into the houses. Newport setting the tone early once again. It's 2-0.
I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, we know how the Newport Gulls love to set the tone, but both Mississippi State Bulldogs, one hit from Ledbetter and an absolute moonshot. I mean, that thing looked like it was going out as you see the replay, but 7th home run of the season for Slade Alford, and the Gulls are on the board early.
Now that thing just kept carrying and carrying, and Casella just ran out of room. Here's Noah Martinez. Flies the first pitch back. So, now Slade has home runs in his last 2 home games. Of course, if you remember the game here, last time Newport played North Shore, that game was decided because of a Slade Alford home run to straightaway center.
The Navigators, they got those quick 2 outs, then 2 strikes on Ledbetter. Just goes to show the inning's not over till it's over.
Now it's Noah Martinez. This is why Newport is so lethal. You got all-star starting center fielder in Ledbetter, all-star starting DH in Alford, all-star starting first baseman in Martinez, and then the Week 7 NECBL Player of the Week behind him. There is no break if you're a pitcher. 1-2 the count to Martinez. 4 homers, 27 RBIs for the big, tall first baseman. He stays alive. One of 9 Newport hits last night.
Yeah, especially with the bases being cleared. 2 runs is manageable, but just need to hold up and just try to end this inning if you're the Navigators.
His last time here, it was really a game where he had success. Newport edged out a 3-1 win in a game that really did not see a lot of offense, and that in large part because Cooper Smith had really settled in. On the ground to first, Blasik will step on the bag and end the inning. On the look like it might be an ordinary inning for North Shore, then Colton Ledbetter and Slade Alford showed up to the party. 2-0 Newport as we head to the top of the second here at Cardines Field.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
We head to the top half of the second. Glad you can be with us on the NECBL network. 2-0 Newport on top off the Slade Alford home run. Zach Letson, Dugan Lloyd, Caden Charpentier along for the ride with you. Kevin Sider went 1-2-3 through the North Shore order in the first. Here's Jack Penny to begin the second. Notre Dame third baseman watches a first pitch ball. 13 hits on the summer, a 196 average. Cracks it on the ground, over to second, and Farquhar gobbles it up and makes the out.
Hard hit ball just right at Farquhar there at second. Nice play. Right now 4 up, 4 down for the Navigators. We know that Kevin Sider is a great pitcher, but just got to make him work in the count a bit more, and eventually those balls will find gaps.
4 up, 4 down. Here's Connor Birch, and he watches a first pitch strike. That's so critical in terms of, North Shore knows they're going to get a first pitch strike right away because Sider's been attacking, and now it's 0-2. 9 strikes, 3 balls. He got through that first before anybody could sit down and get comfortable. Cut on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Second strikeout for Sider. He is mowing through the North Shore order early on.
When a pitcher's in a rhythm like this, it's really hard to get settled in at the plate. There's no feel there in the box. Sometimes it just takes one to maybe disrupt that, but right now, some zen on the mound.
Now it's Nathan Blasek. Try to reach, become the first Navigator to do so. West Virginia first baseman. And the lefty was the North Shore Home Run Derby participant, as we talked about, where he fell 1 short of moving on to the final round. Each team had a participant, and the best from the North All-Stars and from the South All-Stars, the single best, moved on. That was Ryan Ignafo and Colton Ledbetter.
If you closed your eyes and said home run derby, I think those are the 2 minds that come up pretty fast.
Yeah, the 2 guys that are tied for the league lead. That foul ball snuck through the net and actually found a way through the screen into the seats.
Should have brought my glove.
Blasek watches a strike, 2-2. Ignafo had 14 in the first round, 13 in the second. Ledbetter, while falling just 1 short of that in total, still had 24. Blasek with 11. Foul tipped into the mid. Kevin Sider. He does what Kevin Sider does. Domination early on, 6 up and 6 down. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Gulls.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
Two to nothing Newport lead. The Week 7 NECBL Player of the Week, wearing number 7, Josh Kuroda-Grauer. I'll get it started here in the bottom of the second. Packed house in Newport. 7 o'clock on the dot. And thanks to a 2-run shot from Slade Alford, Newport has an early lead. And we'll see how Cooper Smith, a guy that came in 2.88 ERA, mentioned he had 2 pretty stellar performances against Newport, how he responds to that early adversity.
He's a guy with a very low-key demeanor who really doesn't show too much emotion and has good body language on the mound. I guess JKG to go around there, and I wouldn't expect it to phase him too much. I'm sure he and the rest of the team are aware of the way that Kevin Sider is pitching right now, but just focusing on the batter and trying to throw one pitch at a time.
This is his 5th start, 9th appearance overall. And giving up just 11 earned runs over 34 1/3 coming in. That's the one thing North Shore has found, has been kind of consistency in its starting pitching. JKG back up the middle. Looters records the first out.
Yeah, he kind of stopped there in the box. I don't know what he was thinking, but he can get there. And it's a tough – I mean, he's got a 10-game hitting streak right now. He's got 2 or more RBIs in 4 out of his last 5 games. JKG's bat's hot, and when he's up next, I'm sure he's going to try to execute what he wants.
1 down now for Alec Makarevich. Newport's starting right fielder. Hits it high in the air and deep into right, ranging back just in front of the ivy. Stan DeMartinez to bring it in. Well, the entire Gulls dugout had stood up for a guy that has 2 home runs in the last week, including one last night against Martha's Vineyard. But that right center gap where there is a straight kind of dent in the wall, that is a deep part of right center. And, well, it was not hit well enough to clear the wall.
It's also a tricky play back there, no warning track, so DeMartinez has some experience in that right field vicinity, but a good veteran play, knowing where he is in proximity to that ivy.
3 home runs for Newport last night. Alec Makarevich, Trent Farquhar, and Brian Brecker. His first in a Newport uniform. Here he is, hitting 8th for Newport, and slaps that foul onto West Marlboro Street.
Tell you what, when you look at what this Gulls lineup has done in the last week, they have 8 batters batting 300 in those past 7 days, 3 of those over 400. And Kuroda-Grauer, of course, an even 500 through 24 at-bats. Right now, it doesn't seem like there's any weak spot in this lineup, and if you're a pitcher, you can't think about it, but at the same time, it's tough to not have a batter that you can maybe rest a bit on.
That is off the foot of Brecker on the 1-2 pitch. He will reach.
Yeah, I mean, against this Gulls lineup, you never want to give them free bases. Same situation. I mean, 2 relatively quick outs, and now you got a runner on first base, Jake Burley, and then top of the order with Trent Farquhar. So, I mean, Cooper Smith has to stay focused and dialed in because last time he knows what happened with 2 outs.
It's a Gulls offense hitting .303 as a team here in the month of July. 156 runs, 220 hits.
At 16-6, the Gulls have been a July team. Best record in the NECBL in this month.
Burley swings first pitch, pops it a mile in the air. Shallow on the outfield grass. Jonathan Luters makes the catch, and the inning is over. Newport gets one on base. Smith works around it, and it's still 2-0. Newport over North Shore, heading to the third here on the NECBL Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final Four, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final Four, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title.
Back for the top of the third, 2-0 Newport lead. The bottom third of North Shore to hit. Navigators still looking for their very first base runner off of Kevin Sider. Charlie Taylor looks at ball 1, tailing outside. 6 up and 6 down, and in rather dominating fashion for Kevin Sider. It's been 2 quick away innings, if you will. Now a 2-0 count.
It's a lot like Mystic Schooners yesterday. Graham Jeffries' first 3 or 4 innings were 3 up, 3 down. 5 of his 7 in that fashion.
Taylor cracks it back into center on a line. Ledbetter's got enough time to make the catch.
I mean, it's just efficiency, speed on the mound, and he's laser focused right now. He's laser focused, and if I remember correctly, I remember Jake Burley saying that his favorite pitcher to catch was Kevin Sider. He has caught him in his last 4 out of his last 5 starts. So that could have some influence because obviously you have a guy that you like on the mound. It's going to make it even easier.
Definitely not by accident that he's behind the plate. He's the only catcher that didn't get in the game yesterday for Newport. As Stan DeMartinez looks at a first pitch ball. Scanlon started. Brecker DH, that's the same role that Brecker's in tonight. Quickly 2 strikes from Kevin Sider, and he's only thrown, now you look at it, 24 pitches and trying to finish his 3rd inning of work already. There's a strike, now 1-2.
Well, he's not playing with his food. I haven't seen him go outside the zone really at all. Some quick outs off the bat, and other than that, just mowing him down.
He struck him out. Kevin Sider. This is just domination early on. He's been untouchable. 8 up and 8 down, and he'll try to complete a perfect first trip through the order as Brady O'Brien steps in.
I mean, we talked about it off the air. I think he has somewhere to go. I don't know what it is. We'll have to ask him, but he is going through this lineup like it's nobody's business right now, but he's got to keep it up. Got to stay laser focused right now.
O'Brien cracks it high and deep to right. Makarevich back, and that is off the wall. Long single for Brady O'Brien. It's just about 300 down the line, 318 to right center, so he had to hold. There is the very first hit, the very first base runner for the Navigators here tonight.
Brady O'Brien has been productive at the bottom of this lineup this past week. I don't want to compare myself to a scout, but walking up to that plate, I saw something in his eye.
How you been around the team for now? This is your 41st game. I think you can count as a scout.
Crazy to think about.
Navigators have 4 games left, including tonight. Gulls just 3.
They grow up so fast.
Top of the order, Jonathan Luters watches a first pitch ball. And the righty has, after he watched that, a little bit of a Soto shuffle of sorts in that righty's batter's box.
Jonathan Luters likes to get very accustomed to the box. As someone who adjusts to every pitch. A lot of guys try to keep the same approach, not him.
Fastball, that's right down Broadway. 1-1 the count. Seton Hall shortstop hitting .223 this season. He's got 77 at-bats, 17 hits. 1 on here with 2 out. Just missing a tad low on the 91-mile-per-hour fastball from Sider.
Well, Sider has looked very good in this third. Yesterday, the Navigators, it just came down to one big inning. They scored 5 in the second, and the bats were contagious. They did continue to apply pressure, but just needing one big outburst to jump ahead.
Here's the 2-1. Little excuse me swing right back to Sider. Off of his glove. He recovers and ends the inning. Kevin Sider taking care of business. Taking care of the Navigators like a hot knife through butter. We head to the home half of the third. It is 2-0 Gulls here on the NECBL Network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family.
Top of the order for the Newport Gulls as we head to the bottom of the third. Glad you can be with us here on the NECBL Network. Trent Farquhar watches a first pitch breaking ball tail inside. Zach Letson, Dugan Lloyd, Caden Charpentier. Second to last home game here in the regular season for Newport. Farquhar cranks it deep to right. That baby is on a one-way ticket out of here. It stayed fair. It's back-to-back games with a home run for Trent Farquhar. And Newport bringing out the big power bats early. 3-0 here in the third.
I mean, you see Colton Freeman's reaction and just pumping his chest, the emotion. This Newport Gulls offense is unbelievable right now. And the Cardines faithful loves it. They love it, and they love this offense. And one of the most packed crowds here at Cardines this year, and he just cranked that thing over the right field wall. There was no doubt about that one.
I pulled it so hard you wondered if it was going to stay fair.
Yeah.
It got out so quickly that it did. 98 miles per hour, 396 feet. And Trent Farquhar has homers now, 2 of them in the last 2 days. Now Colton Freeman steps in. 3-0 Gulls, 3 hits, 2 of them jacks from Slade Alford and now Farquhar. And Freeman just got underneath it. Pops it a mile in the air, 20 flights into an elevator, and when it's on its way down, Jonathan Luters makes the catch.
So just listening, that sounds like that was yard as well. Just a bit under it, as something about Jonathan Lueders that short just attracts fly balls.
You can tell when a player just misses one. That's what I would chalk that up to for Colton Freeman.
That would apply there.
Here's Colton Ledbetter. One down here in the third. Now a 3-0 ball game. And not treated with a fastball nor a pitch to hit. And the first pitch from Smith. Ledbetter single. That's what kept the bottom of the first alive. And that breaking ball in for a strike. Mentioned that Smith only gave up 2 hits, no runs against Newport in a 7-inning performance on June the 19th. Only gave up 2 runs and 1 earned run in that game here on the 11th. Newport's already surpassed both of those totals. And here we are. The Gulls have only played a 2 1/3 at the plate.
There's a reason that the Gulls are, as a team, first in the league in home runs. Offensively, they have really jumped ahead of recent in almost all categories coming off power. As a team, 41 home runs, now 43. Had 237 RBIs coming into the day, and they'll tack on 3 more.
Home run number 7 for Alford, home run number 5 for Farquhar. Ledbetter a foul tip. And he stays alive here. He'll do the 2-2 again. That was Ledbetter's 55th hit of the summer. A .375 average coming into tonight's action. And now a full count again.
Not a surprise, but it seems like the strategy from Smith to Ledbetter has been pitching him on that lower outer half. Some stuff off the plate and just trying to generate some foul balls for strikes.
Smith shakes off the sign. And here comes the payoff pitch. In the dirt, that's ball 4. That's walk number 28 for Colton Ledbetter. On for a second time tonight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, why did the Gulls like him? Because he gets on base. I mean, 28 walks. 28 walks. Just so efficient. He doesn't chase, and he gets ahead and he gets on base, 1 out, and now you got your teammate who drove you in last time up at bat.
Oh, the Moneyball quote really applies across the board in the game of baseball, especially when you got a guy that's had a on-base percentage that's hovered between 450 and 500 for much of the summer. Here's Slade Alford. Now, you know what he did his first time up, a 2-run jack into the trees, into the houses in left center field. Home run number 7, RBIs number 30 and 31. And he becomes now the 3rd goal to hit 30 RBIs, joining Ledbetter and JKG. That's smoke to left. Does he have another? It'll stay in the yard as O'Brien brings it in. Oh, my goodness. That was hit well, but just high walls in a deeper part of the park held it in.
And another one that sounded like it was out. A line drive right at Brady O'Brien out and left. Fortunate for the Navigators not having to move too much out there, as the Gulls still have Ledbetter on first.
Now it's Noah Martinez. Central Connecticut State first baseman watches off speed for ball number 1. It is a fastball, changeup, curveball, slider combination for Cooper Smith. And the lefty using a fastball the most of the time, but as you saw right there, that changeup that sits around 75 at use plenty as well. Naples, Florida native, sophomore lefty from Stetson University. Lefty on lefty matchup, and the 1-0 is downstairs. Pitched in 10 games with the Hatters, did not give up more than 1 earned run in any of those appearances. And a lot of Stetson talent really scattered across the NECBL. Little tapper from Martinez rolls foul. It's 2-1.
Looks like Smith is trying to keep that ball low to Martinez. He has a big frame and a lot of power, as we've talked about these last couple of weeks. Martinez 4 home runs, a good amount of those in the last 2-3 weeks. We'll see how he approaches the rest of this at-bat.
That's upstairs. It's 3-1. Ledbetter on first, 2 away. And with runners on base this season, Noah Martinez hitting .423. Certainly worthy of an all-star nomination. A lot of big swings, a lot of clutch swings with guys on base late in ball games. Noah Martinez has produced another check-in on Ledbetter, who does lead Newport in the stolen base department. He's got 11 of them on the summer. Newport not really a stolen base heavy team, but who knows with 2 away. Now a full count to Martinez. Oh for 1, he grounded out to end the bottom of the first inning. An inning where Newport put 2 on the board. 1 more here in the third. And the 3-2. On the ground, back up the middle. Ledbetter avoids it. Tough play, and in time, what a play it is. Jake Gustin at second base. A fine play, saving a base hit and ending the inning. The Gulls get another. Trent Farquhar with a blast. 3-0. Fans are having fun here as we head to the 4th at Cardines.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st.
4th inning is upon us here at Cardines Field. Dewey Lloyd, Zach Letson, and Caden Charpentier coming at you here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Right now, the Gulls' attack has been strong. Bunch of barrel-up balls and a 3-0 lead. Not to mention, on the other side of things, Kevin Cedar has been immaculate to this point. You got to have a sense here, Zach, that the pressure is building for the Navigators offense.
3 innings, 1 hit. That was from O'Brien. Other than that, he's been dominant. 4 strikeouts as well.
This one ripped into left center field. It'll get over the head of JKG. A second base hit of the game. This one coming to the hot Jake Gustin.
Well, if Casella's the hottest player on the Navs, Gustin's got to be right behind him. I mean, 4 hits last night, 3 extra base hits, and he's played well against the Newport Gulls as well. Of course, a goal 3 years ago, and just a good piece of contact. That's what North Shore needs, something to set the table here to lead off the inning.
And early in the inning, very important, as we'll turn here to the man with the 9-game hit streak. It is Justin Casella. Went down looking to cap that first inning. Casella swinging a hot bat, as we mentioned. That really started last time the Navigators were here. He had 2 doubles deep off the wall. This one in the dirt, and that'll be a free base for Gustin. Now the first Navigator in scoring position on the day.
Yeah, Sider will now talk with Burley. That could be a number of things. That could be a miscommunication. That could be something that was meant to be in the dirt. Maybe you'd figure a miscommunication if it warrants a discussion, because this is really the first any sort of adversity that the Gulls have had to deal with from a pitching standpoint.
And shorter a discussion as it could have been, as Burley right back behind the dish. 2-0 now to Casella. We'll watch another one. Gets behind, and Gustin's going to go 3. It won't warrant a throw. Now just 90 feet away from the Navigators' first run is Gustin.
And that one, it looked like just maybe just popped out of the mid. It looked like Burley had it initially. Kind of just oddly just squeaked out of the glove, and Augustin's got some wheels over there.
3-0. Red light, 4 balls and a walk. That'll put another on runners on the corners now for North Shore. Casella has a lot of speed on first. Would not be surprised if they go to the small ball here. Still no outs here in the 4th inning. It says, as you used that word adversity earlier, probably the most he has faced today on what has been a great start to this point. Off-speed strike taken by Penny. Just watching Casella up at first, looking like he could go at any second. Jack Penny back in that cleanup role here. All the Navigators who started yesterday did result a base hit. Casella goes. The ground ball off the shin of Jack Penny.
That's a gutsy call to give him the green light to swipe second, but the question becomes, if you're Newport, do you just give it to him? Gustin's already swiped a couple bags, and while it'd be tough for Newport to throw it down to second and then maybe try to get Gustin on the way home.
It seems like, at least the way that Casella has been running recently, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't throw. Missed 4 or 5 weeks and still has 7 bases to show for it since the break. 2 strikes on Penny now, going to need to protect. Casella goes again. Strike 3, and the throw will not be in time. Navigators get a base, but Sider registers his first out of the inning.
Yeah, going to the breaking ball there to get it done for Kevin Sider. Just kind of tied him up, got that inside part of the plate perfectly, and that's a good play by Kuroda Grauer, the shortstop, to kind of come in front of the second base bag. He was watching Gustin that entire time.
Connor Birch now has an opportunity. 2 ducks on the pond as he is ahead of a wicked curveball.
Yeah, Sider's breaking ball has been really, really good today. His fastballs, but I mean, mostly everything's been very solid. And Navigators have 2 hits on the season against Sider. So I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, he has walked. He walked 3 batters last time against North Shore, so it's second most walks in a game for him. But he's been super efficient, especially against this team. And you see why Holbrook went with Sider against this team. He's been just so prolific against.
And just like that, ahead 0-2. He talked about earlier how he really has not messed around at all. Been very accurate in throwing just about everything over the plate. Right now, if you're Birch, you got to just have that mindset. Just put the bat on the ball and hope for the best. 0-2 in the dirt. A nice stop by Burley, as it is a short backstop here, but anything that gets by could be trouble.
Yeah, for the troubles that he had in that AB with Casella, that was a stellar block because that was destined for the backstop. And you know, Gustin is just chomping at the bit. Anything that gets by, he's going to want to charge home.
1-2 now to Birch. He just misses off the plate. Sider thought that was strike 3, a spot he's been hitting pretty consistently all night. And now an even 2-2 count to Birch. Trusting his eye that time, and it will reward him. 2-2 in the dirt. Gustin's going to come home. They can't find the ball, and it is a 3-1 ball game. Jacob Burley deflected off his chest protector and just could not find it.
Yeah, it took a weird hop. He did the tough part, which is keep it in front of him, prevent it from getting to the backstop. But It took kind of just a bounce up the line, which Burley and Sider were both not expecting. But Gustin and Casella extremely, extremely quick to react, and that paid big dividends.
It's all about confidence. If he hesitated, maybe it doesn't happen, but just trusting his gut, and it worked out. Count, go full. 3-2, cracked to short. JKG throws to first as the ball gets past, the run scores. And now safe at first is Connor Birch. 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, that was very deep in the hole. Well struck by Birch. And with Kuroda Grauer basically playing that from the outfield grass, that was pretty much behind the dirt. It was going to take a multi-hop throw and just kind of came up wickedly on Martinez. All of a sudden, after seemingly no life offensively in 3 innings, here come the Navs.
Took the words right out my mouth. Nathan Blasek, who first time around, went around swinging on a strikeout. Going to get another opportunity. Still just 1 out. No Navigators in scoring position, but as you mentioned, a resurgence and now right back in this ball game.
And I mean, seeing Sider the first time around, I think may have helped these Navigators pitchers. Brady O'Brien with that first hit, the bottom of the lineup, but all these guys got to see Sider at least once before they got used to him.
Right now, Burley is having some trouble. Not a easy pitch to handle, but another base as Connor Birch claims second. Now that tying run just 180 feet away. Nathan Blasek, who is ahead 2-0. Struggles with the strikeouts, but is hitting the ball very well on the season. Six RBIs to this point, and has another chance with Birch in position. 2-1, a chopper right into the triangle. A tough play, but made by Martinez, beating Blasek by a stride as Birch advances to third.
Newport had to react quickly to that because it is a high chopper, but it died very quickly. That's a good job by both Martinez and Sider. So right now you just, if you're the Gulls, you just got to stop the bleeding. You still got a 1-run lead, and you still, although Birch stands 90 feet away, you just need one more out.
They'll need to go through Charlie Taylor to end the inning. Taylor flied out to center field. Colton Ledbetter taking care of it. Back in the third. Now watch a strike in. Right now when it is on, that fastball low and away has been basically unhittable.
That's been his bread and butter. Fastball kind of just attacking the hitter like you said on the lower part of the zone. And when it's been working, the curveball as well.
0-1, Taylor rips one back into the fence. He definitely set up the opportunity to maybe throw that curveball here. And Connor Birch, if anything does get past, wouldn't be too surprised if they send him. Isn't the fastest guy on the team, but just the way the momentum is swung. We'll see. 0-2, swung on and missed. The inning is over as Taylor is set down off the K. 2 runs do score as the Navigators battle their way back in 3-2 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews.
So after the Navigators steal 2 back, the lead is cut to 1 here for Newport. They'll turn to Joshua Kuroda-Grauer to lead off his second inning. 6-7-8 here for the Gulls. Chopped right away to Jack Penny at third. The throw over in time. 1 pitch, 1 out, and a good start for Cooper Smith.
That's exactly what you want. Right now it's a 1-run ball game. Efficiency is the name of the game because, I mean, we've seen it with Cooper Smith. This is a guy that's been a workhorse. I mean, you're talking about 6 innings in his last 3 outings. He went 7 against the Gulls. That was his season high. He can work deep into games. He's just got to get himself to that point with the efficiency.
Cracked. Should push foul, but what a swing as Makarevich just pushes one deep down that left field line. Touch foul, and we'll be behind 0-1. Another one of those balls where if you close your eyes, sounds like it is headed for those houses. 1-1 now as Smith, a guy who works at a good pace. Cracked right back at Penny. This will get past him. Down the line and left as Makarevich is thinking too. He will be in feet first. Safe by a good margin and a nice get back here for the Gulls.
Well, that time it stayed fair. I mean, we just saw him crank one foul, pull side, and Alec Makarevich, he's such a talented hitter, such a dangerous hitter as a switch hitter on this Gulls team. And just a great piece of hitting. How dangerous is it when you can have a guy at AMAC hitting 280, a 15-game hitting streak earlier in the season? He's hitting 7th in the order.
1 through 9. A murderer's row as, wow. Brecker fouled that off a post and then to Jacob Burley's helmet. Good thing, wow, he was wearing it.
Oh, that was either off his helmet or off of the pole behind him. Regardless, I mean, if you like playing pinball, that was some pinball right there.
It's been a while. Another foul ball, this time rips over the tree lines here as Cooper Smith works ahead 0-2.
And I mean, after an inning that the Navigators responded, what are the Gulls going to do to respond to that? AMAC with just with a nice double to get things started. Brian Brecker up, and this is a big AB to try to respond to what the Navs did.
Right back up the middle. Looters will glove it. Throw over to first, a stretch from Blasik, and that is out number 2. And Makarevich will advance to third. An opportunity to maybe tack on another here, but with 2 outs, they're going to have to turn to Jacob Burley.
Yeah, give some credit to Makarevich. That can be a tough play. Less than 2 outs, you're at second, a ball's hit left side. He had to make that decision immediately because you saw Looters try to think about going to third, but he wasn't going to have the time to do it.
Good opportunistic base running as Burley just catches a piece off the end of the bat. We have seen these Gulls hitters more times than not. The strikes are coming off the foul ball. They're really doing a good job putting the wood on it. It's off the plate, and we saw in the top half both runs scoring on balls that got away from Burley. Now with Makarevich standing on third, you got to be really conscientious of that if you're Taylor. Ahead 1 and 2. Smith has worked quickly, but that one double from Makarevich standing in there as he is a threat at the moment. 1 and 2. Just in on the plate. A touch low as the count pushes to 2-2. 2-2 bounced in. Taylor doing a good job getting in front of that ball. This is a huge batter. Trent Farquhar on the top of that lineup would get a chance if he walks or allows a hit here to Burley. At full, Jack Penny gets a glove on it. The throw over is in time. A fantastic play at the hot corner. They strand Makarevich on base. Still a 3-2 ball game. Headed into the 5th here at Cardines Field.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England.
Still playing from the behind. The Navigators will get another chance here. 8-9-1. Stan DeMartinez, who went down looking in the 3rd, is going to get an opportunity to lead off here in the 5th. We saw Kevin Sider, them get to him a little bit, and I think, Caden, you said it best. Really just seeing him the first time, getting those nerves flushed out, and then maybe a bit more comfortable at the plate second time around. Martinez cracks one high into foul territory. This should be playable in the stands, and it is. In the very back row, one talented fan making a play on the ball in the orange shirt.
Yeah, I think he tried to catch it with his hat. That was almost kind of cool, but look at that. A little souvenir.
Martinez lifts another one. This will be in play. Shallow right field, and Farquhar is there. A routine play backing up into the grass. Brady O'Brien, who cracked a single off the wall. Always a bit of a letdown when you drive one that far to only get one bag out of it. But Brady O'Brien, who, as I mentioned, swinging a nice bat recently, will get another chance here. That breaking ball left right over the heart of the plate. Kevin Sider has not really adventured outside of the box, and it's been working so far. Oh, 1 low in the dirt. Now at 1-1, the base is still empty here. Kevin Sider has been brilliant with the bases cleared. The one issue has been just guys in position and maybe losing some of that control. On his college season, Brady O'Brien Got a 376 batting average for Colby. Led the team in spring average and is starting to come on here at the end of the summer. 2-1 upstairs, the patient eye. As Sider looks a little bit different here to Brady O'Brien.
Yeah, and O'Brien was the only guy, well, rather the first guy to really find some sort of response off of Sider offensively.
He got the party started and just finds the zone low and away. A nice location as the count pushes full. Doing a nice job staying in the count is Kevin Sider. He fires strike 3 right down Broadway as he picks up another strikeout. A commanding performance here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, 91 right down Broadway. That'll get the job done. Kevin Sider, I mean, this is when he's at his best. Almost operating a little bit like a closer. He's going to come right at you. He's not afraid, even if it's over the heart of the plate, to just throw his best stuff.
That's a great comparison. Just like anyone out of the bullpen, except it's every inning.
Right.
Still looking to complete 5, and he'll attack off the breaking ball. Working ahead 1-0 here to Looters. Still looking to grab that 3rd out, and he has 7 strikeouts to this point. Now ahead 0-2 on Looters. Working that fastball low in the zone.
And 92, 74, back to 92. And all just fantastic pitches.
Tough to catch up on. 0-2, a broken bat. Right back to Sider, who will toss it to Martinez. And that is the inning. 1, 2, 3. Jonathan Looters might need a new bat as his squad still down 1 as we head into the bottom half of the 5th inning here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the
Close ball game here as we work into the latter half of the 5th inning. Cooper Smith, 3 runs allowed, but still just trailing by 1. Top of the lineup, 1, 2, 3 for the home Newport Gulls. Trent Farquhar, who ripped a solo shot in his last at-bat, steps in and now evened up at 1-1.
Yeah, and that was also to lead off the inning. That was back in the 3rd, and well, just went right at Smith. Just crushed it to right.
That slider just catching a piece outside has been one of the better pitches we've seen from Smith. Mixing it in throughout the at-bat. 0-2, he got him. Goes around to start off the inning. Another strikeout for Cooper Smith. And a good start off the hot bat of Farquhar.
I give a lot of credit with a little help from his defense to end the 4th and some help from his offense to get the Navs back in the game. I think Smith's done a good job of just not trying to get too high or too low, sticking with the ebbs and the flows. And we talked about it. This is a guy that is a workhorse, one of the best pitchers on this North Shore staff. They need him to go innings, and he settled in.
And this is, at least how I think about it, the big test. We just saw the top of the lineup. He got the strikeout, but still Colton Freeman and Colton Ledbetter do up, and the rest of this meat of the lineup Can he provide a few more innings and get back through the heart of the lineup where really there's not too many weak bats? 1-1 now to Freeman. Flied out twice in this shallow outfield.
That took 18 at-bats for a Gulls batter to be put down on a strikeout.
Unreal. This one high into the air, but won't travel too far. Brady O'Brien is there for out number 2. Colton Freeman has made some good contact today. It's just gone straight into the clouds. After Farquhar and Freeman set down Colton Ledbetter, he has not made an out today and doesn't make one very often. He will look to preserve the inning with no one on.
Yeah, that single and a walk, just an on-base machine, really.
Watches the slider in the zone. We've seen him fall behind in counts, but it really hasn't mattered, as in the third he did walk a long at-bat that resulted in a bases on balls. Now another one. It seems like Cooper Smith does not want to throw him a fastball, and it's working. Oh, 0-2, looking for that first 1-2-3 inning. Won't get it there as he leaves the pitch upstairs.
That's just such a hard guy, I feel like, to throw against. Where do you go with your locations? It's so pivotally important.
1-2, similar pitch, but just not able to get it down enough. 2-2. Ledbetter has a very good feel for the zone. Leaves one just off the plate. That's a similar looking pitch at the beginning of this at-bat. Smith just a touch off the plate. Full boat as Smith will step off momentarily. Lefty on lefty matchup. He kicks and fires a foul ball. Some strong contact headed over the street.
DAI does that.
This is the same trajectory that his second at-bat took. Went down early, but fighting back with some patient eye as he goes around. 1-2-3, second strikeout of the inning and the game for Smith. He mows down the top of the order. A 3-2 ball game headed into the 6th inning.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
The law firm of Haller & Sage is proud to partner with the Newport Gulls for a season-long and, dare I say, epic battle for the Haller & Sage Cup. The Newport Gulls, the Mystic Schooners, the Bristol Blues, the Danbury Westerners, and the Valley Blue Sox are all in contention for the title. Haller & Sage is proud to support the NECBL teams and the Aquidneck Island community. We wish the players a successful, competitive, healthy, enjoyable season. And to the fans, enjoy the game. Play ball.
you just saw the top of the lineup for the Gulls. Navigators will do it here as Jake Gustin, Justin Casella, and then Jack Penny will be guaranteed in at bat. 6th inning, just seconds away from getting started. Gustin, a single last time leading off in the 4th. I'll watch a strike, but right now, since the All-Star break, really seeing the ball well. Mentioned just a home run shy of the cycle last night. Obviously a pretty hard leg to pick up, but 2 doubles, a triple, and a single.
Not a bad night. Not a bad night at all.
1-1 to him here. Cracked, just foul. Puts it just past first base coach John Whalen. As you see the ability he has to turn on a ball. Someone who went opposite field for his base hit today, but he's really hitting it well. He likes to pull down the line and right. 1-2, a little low. Good eye that time from Gustin. We've seen 7 strikeouts so far from the Newport starter. Sider an opportunity here with 2 strikes. Cracked right back to left field. That ball's going to get down. Gustin on for almost deja vu-esque single.
Yeah, definitely a smart play by Freeman. I don't think he was going to get there. Kept that ball in front of him, kept it to a single. And you give Sider, which we think is going to be his last inning of work. We don't know, but it could be it. I think he wants to end on a strong note and get these 3 quick outs right here.
Some tough outs to get as Justin Casella will step in. Both him and Gustin, the 2 runs that scored for the Navigators. Squares the bunt and puts one right back to the mound. Sider goes 1 and Martinez. A tough play, but he'll get the out coming across the line.
Now, this has been the part of the order that did it in that inning. I mean, Gustin, 6 hits now in his last 2 games. Good reaction there from Sider, as that was really his only play.
And tough to sacrifice the bat of Casella, but that will give Penny a chance here as they do like to use that small ball tactic. And Jake Gustin standing on second base as Penny watches a nice breaking ball just in under the hands. Penny 0 for 2 with the strikeout so far. Packs a punch if he makes contact. This will be a touch high, brushed up and back from Penny. Gulls lead the Navigators 4 hits to 3 in this ball game with the 3-2 lead. Sider checks Gustin. Fires home that actually hit the bat of Jack Penny. You watch that matchup, not matchup, but just scenario with Sider checking. We saw Gustin very aggressive on the bases last time. There was a pass ball which Burley wasn't able to locate, and there was no hesitation at that point from Gustin. One, two. Right upstairs. Two is in there. What a pitch from Kevin Sider when he needed it. Now 2 outs with Gustin on second. Connor Birch will look to give the Navigators a big hit.
Yeah, you said it. He needed it. That was a big one. Just getting that inside part. That has been just such a money location, and on that money fastball that stays in the low 90s. Just a huge part of this game. Tying run on second, and Sider looking to finish that 6th inning.
He'll have to go through Connor Birch right in the middle of this North Shore lineup. Righty on righty matchup as he misses a inch off the plate. Birch, another guy, struck out in the second, but reached on a throwing error from JKG at short in the fourth. Was that close to being the tying run at the time, but was stranded on third. This time, cracked in the 5-6 hole. Gloved by Alford, the throw. He got him. What a stretch and what a play from Noah Martinez when they absolutely needed it. How about that? Still 3-2, headed into the bottom of the sixth here at another classic between these coastal foes.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join.
A picturesque sunset behind us here at Cardines Field. Still a neck-and-neck ball game as the Gulls will look to add to that 3-2 lead. Slate Alford, Noah Martinez, and Joshua Kuroda-Grauer will get it started here for the Gulls. And Noah Martinez going back to that play he made, coming off the bag and applying the tag. A good piece of hand-eye coordination and sends this one rocketed back to Jack Penny, who does not flinch to throw over. And that is another out just off one pitch. Jack Penny, one of the best defensive third basemen in the NECBL.
I mean, he knew exactly where to place his glove. That was just a rocket. Slade Alford squares it up well, and he just looked composed as ever. That was not really routine, but he made it look routine.
That's not a coincidence. He's done that 2 or 3 times today, and just all season has been solid with his glove work.
I mean, back-to-back quality plays on the defensive end from Martinez and then Penny.
Showing out. We just mentioned Noah Martinez. He'll watch a ball in the dirt as he works ahead 2-0.
Yeah, that might be the most athletic play I've seen Noah Martinez make all season.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
throw took him off the bag, had to, I mean, it just went to the gymnastics there a little bit to make that tag.
Cracks one right back to first. There is Nathan Blasek for out number 2. Saying I can play first as well. Another 3 unassisted on the scorebook as Cooper Smith, after really not throwing many pitches here in the 6th, looking for one more off JKG. Both these teams are in the top of the league as far as fielding percentage goes. Newport in first with the Navigators right behind them in third. JKG has grounded into 2 outs today in the 2nd and 4th, and looking to change that here in the 6th. Puts one into the fence as he falls behind 0-2.
I mean, I think this is the at-bat that I think JKG would want to kind of turn the tide of his game. He hasn't gone, I mean, 2 at-bats, 2 outs. I think a hitter of his caliber, he's going to want to, get a base knock here. And I don't want to say that he's going to, but I'm envisioning or, visualizing it right now.
2 outs has been no detriment to this offense so far. Goes around strike 3. Cooper Smith, strong as ever. 1, 2, 3. As he mows down the heart of this order, he will hand it back to his bats. I hand it back over to Zach on the call.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
YMCA ringing throughout the crowd, and you saw both of our cameramen hitting the YMCA.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a fun night here at Cardines Field, and we've been treated to another great game. 3-2 Newport on top of North Shore. Zach Letson, Dugan Lloyd, Caden Charpentier. And Newport makes a call to the bullpen for the first time tonight. A man that has pitched 13 2/3 innings and has not allowed an earned run. Garrett Simpson, he gets the ball here to start inning number 7. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 here for the North Shore Navigators. Nathan Blasik, Charlie Taylor, and Stan DeMartinez. Now an 0-2 count quickly to the West Virginia Mountaineer. Nobody in the NECBL has thrown more innings without allowing an earned run than the Wright State righty Garrett Simpson. And now it's 1-2. His longest appearance of the summer came against the North Shore Navigators. 4 innings where he picks up 3 strikeouts, allowed just 3 hits, and the only run he allowed, that was an inherited runner in extra innings.
He's no stranger to this squad either. His 4th outing against North Shore. Hasn't allowed a run on this season. Definitely not to the Navigators either.
3 of his 6 appearances, half of them coming against the Navs. That is just a touch inside to Blasik. Now a 3-2 count. 9 strikeouts and a walk for Simpson. Wright State, where he plays his ball, Mount Washington, Kentucky native. Popped a mile in the air and deep into center. Back is Ledbetter. Near the wall. He has enough room to make the catch. Struck well by the North Shore Home Run Derby participant, but Cardines Field held it in.
The walls are tall. It's kind of deep going into that part of the park, but yeah, held it in, and a little bit of a scare, but Ledbetter got there, and Simpson's got 1 out.
Now 14 innings full without allowing an earned run. He has pitched. This will be his 9th inning of work against North Shore this summer. a complete game on aggregate, if you will, for Garrett Simpson. Eastern Kentucky transfer, and a part of that Wright State team that won the Horizon League this year. Charlie Taylor fouls it back. Quickly 0-2. Cameraman Shane Briggs tried to haul it in. Saw him make a nice play.
Yeah.
Back a week ago against Newport was hosting Martha's Vineyard up there.
For Lightning to strike twice.
Yeah, gave a good effort there. Just a little too far. A little too far.
Cut on and missed. Burley applies the tag. It's the first strikeout for Garrett Simpson. 2 up and 2 down in relief.
I mean, we talked about how prolific this man has been so far this summer. This is the second goal since 2010 with 10 or more innings with no earned runs. I mean, that is just really efficient work. And it's not like this is a small sample size. I mean, he's been doing this consistently. And especially, you're bringing your 2 arms that have been really good, especially against the Navigators this season in Sider and Simpson. So I think that's a good sign and something that I feel like before the game, the coaching staff was kind of talking about to bring both of these guys against this team.
Big cut and a miss from Stan DeMartinez, the North Shore 8-hitter. And Simpson mentioned he pitched 3 times. One of those the most recent outing between these two. A pivotal 9th inning in a 1-run game, and he picked up the save. He's been as good as you could want for Newport out of the bullpen.
As you mentioned, 10 wins by just 1 run. This bullpen is used to these situations and really flourishing off it.
2 of those coming against North Shore, 1 in walk-off fashion.
Indeed.
3 games in the season series decided by a run. Down low on the fastball from Simpson, and the count runs full to the Bryant Bulldog playing right tonight for Bob Macaluso's club, DeMartinez. Swing and a miss, way out ahead on the off speed. Garrett Simpson, 1, 2, 3. Time to stretch, and a pitching battle. Yet another 1-run contest between Newport and North Shore. We head to the bottom of the 7th.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action.
Now we can all sit down with some pasta.
On our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest.
Back for the bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Newport on top. Gulls send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. And a new pitcher on the mound here for the Navigators. The day finally done for Cooper Smith.
Yeah. After a couple misses on those 2 home run balls, really held it together very well. Now just a 1-run ball game as it will turn to Peyton Heisler, another guy who thrives on the big moment. Not sure how long they're looking to extend him, but a big lefty who throws some heat with that fastball. It's his favorite pitch. You'll see him mix in some off speed, as we see right there, but the main two pitches, the fastball and the slider, his last two appearances, not allowing a run. And if you do remember, last time he was in Newport did allow that walk-off hit. That wasn't an earned run with the runner on second, but
Makarevich cracks it deep to right. It was Amac that had the walk-off hit against Heisner. Got the Gulls a walk-off win on the 4th of July. Here in the bottom of the 7th, we are pleased to be joined by Gulls Synergy and Trackman Coordinator. He does it all for Newport. We mentioned exit speed, all those things. That's because of the man to my right. It is Colby Mason, University of South Carolina. He's from Middletown, Rhode Island. Colby, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys. I'm this is cool, seeing the booth like this.
Well, you're always sitting to our left, and you and I we're kind of veterans around here. Newport Collegiate League, and then now 2 seasons here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun working with you, Zach. I think we've really grown up.
Definitely. One thing synonymous with, well, certainly my time, not just as a broadcaster, but growing as a person here, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you get to know plenty of fun people, get to work with Tom, Mike, Chuck, all those fun people.
That is slapped right side and foul for Makarevich, who already has a double today, had a home run last night.
Oh, look at Teddy go out and get that ball.
he's an athlete. You took the words out of my mouth. He's an athlete out there. We saw him giving a pump-up speech to the Gulls players an inning or two ago, and really just a guy that is just an infectious personality.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone on this team would run through a brick wall for Teddy.
We saw Amac just hit that on a rocket foul. I'm curious, is there one home run that sticks out to you where you're like, oh, we've never seen TrackMan stats like that here at Cardinals?
I mean, I got to say, just on a Saturday, going back to back to back, and then Noah Martinez finishing it off 434 feet. An absolute tank of a home run.
Wow.
That was 3 in a row from Newport, Ledbetter and Alford before him. Makarevich to short. Looters. High throw. It's out of the glove of Blasik. Amac's going for second. And he'll get there. Go down as an E3. And Makarevich on base again.
That is a tough play. Looters is usually very sure-handed with those throws. And while that was off the glove, a tough stretch from Blasik. I'm sure it was in his range, but just right off the snow cone.
That looks like he short-armed it a little bit from shortstop. Yeah, didn't expect Makarevich to be that quick down the line. I think he got a little worried.
I mean, I was just going to say, like, Looters is such a phenomenal shortstop. I mean, he's so smooth, especially with his glove, and it's just something that you don't really see that often.
Here's Brian Brecker. 2-run jack for Brecker last night, his first in a Newport uniform. Gulls are looking for their first run since back in the 3rd. Cooper Smith, 3 shutout innings before his exit. His final line, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned on the 2 home runs from Alford and Farquhar. And you sprinkle in 3 strikeouts and a walk as well. Another solid outing for Cooper Smith. He started 3 times against Newport. He's been great all 3.
You know, at Cardinals Field, you're going to give up runs. That's just how it is here. So that's a real good job to fight against the top team in the Coastal.
Especially a team that, as we mentioned, from top to bottom hitting very well, not only for power, but just contact all over the field.
Brecker watches ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And without a hit here in the inning, Newport has its first 2 runners on base in the 7th.
That's a tough start also. If you think of it from Heisner's perspective, you got a ground ball which should be out number 1, and all of a sudden you have a runner in scorer's position. Maybe a bit of a hurdle he's going to have to deal with here, as they do have the force 1 through 3, but still no outs. And after Burley, the top of the lineup is up.
You know, the one thing Heisner can look forward to is there's a lot of lefties in the top of the lineup, and he does much better against them than he does the righties.
Here's Jake Burley. He was robbed of a hit back his last time up in the 4th. It was a One hopper snared by the third baseman, Jack Penny, who's made a couple of fine plays at third.
That's what he does. I was just talking to Jake Irons, who's a Notre Dame student. Watched Penny a bit, the backup third baseman for the Fighting Irish.
Burley cranks it to left. Back is O'Brien. He can't see it. And it doesn't matter, because that baby is on a one-way ticket out of here.
Hey, listen, Burley told me he ate his Wheaties before the game. I was dogging him for only hitting his last dinger 320 feet. Burley, that's incredible. While I'm on the headset, what a guy.
I mean, you said, Colby, he does much better against lefties, but Burley is not a lefty, so you get...
Look at the reaction, too.
I mean, you knew you needed some insurance. You couldn't, I don't think you really could hold on to that one-run lead, and Jake Burley, the bottom of the order, delivering at the exact moment you need it.
A grand slam last week. How about another Burley bomb? 3-run jack, and it's been opened up 6-2 now as the Sun beginning its descent. This is just remarkable. Newport had 5 runs last night, all from home runs. 6 runs tonight, all from home runs. The power, well, it's on full display anytime you watch this team. And one of those 3 home runs tonight off the bat of Trent Farquhar. Here he is, as Heisner still looking for his first out. 3 runs on the board. On one swing, the Gulls matching their total from the first 6 innings. Now Heisner just trying to settle things down.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Coming off what, as we mentioned, could have been an out, and then it just spiraled from there. Now the bases are clear, and well, as a team, Navigators do trail by 4 now. You got to put it behind you. No, there isn't a full game left to be played, but there's still time, and you just got to go batter by batter here.
Heisner's really struggling to find the zone right now. This is one of those times you need your catcher to come out, calm you down, talk to you, just let you know, do your thing, throw some strikes, and you'll get outs.
That's ball 4. 5-pitch walk to Trent Farquhar. 12 balls, 8 strikes for Heisner. And again, he's yet to record an out. It was the E3 to start the inning, then a walk, then the 3-run jack, now another walk. That'll get the job done if you're Newport. Looking for home win number 17. And a win tonight would clinch the winningest regular season for the Gulls since 2013. Here where the Newport was a win away from an NECBL championship. And current manager Frank Holbrook, he was an assistant under Mike Coombs. Here's Colton Freeman.
That's some impressive history work right there.
Well, I was sandwiched in between 2 NECBL titles for the Gulls, one in 2012, one in 2014, and the latter was the last championship, number 6. Gulls on the quest for number 7 here in 2022.
Speaking of Gulls history and really just NECBL history, so J.J. Blade, his start for the Marlins in the major leagues, the 30th Newport alumni to make the MLB.
He actually just hit his first home run of the MLB earlier tonight.
Wow.
How about that?
You only get that stuff when Kobe Mason's in the booth.
Listen, I got a little during the bottom of the innings. I get to tweet some of the offensive stats,
right,
some highlights, and Blade popped up on there.
Oh, we always see. I mean, now that you're in the booth with us, I got to bring up just your replies to the Newport Gulls tweets when I'm on the road tweeting for the Gulls.
Coach Mason, it's you.
Yes. So this came up with Dugan when we were in. That's ball 4.
That's a hard 90. That's beautiful.
What's Colton Freeman's 40-yard dash time? It's got to be pretty good. It's back-to-back walks for Newport. Another 4-pitch walk. And, yes, Colby Mason, if you follow the Newport Gulls on Twitter and you look in the replies, chances are you're going to see Colby Mason there.
Listen, I like to have fun, keep it loose. If the players see it, they laugh a little bit. It's good to see. Keeps the positive morale going.
It's going to be a chat here on the mound for North Shore. And looks like it's going to be the day for Heisner. Call to the bullpen. Myself, Dugan, Colville. Or should we just keep it here? You have your tweets up. What's the tweet going to look like for
Well,
Jake
you know it's got to be about Burley eating his Wheaties today. I was hoping he'd make up in the last at-bat after that tough inning behind the dish, but I knew he'd come through.
Grand slam against the Waves last week. That's his first jack here at home at Cardines Fields. And, well, a big one at that. 1-run game, now a 4-run game. And new pitcher, Heisner, did not record an out. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And now turning things over to a guy that's, well, been fantastic for Macaluso's club in Nathaniel Spelling.
Yeah, Spelling, a guy who really is a familiar face of recent. He leads the league in games pitched in at 17 now after his 5-pitch inning, 1-2-3 last night, getting things done very efficiently. Has not allowed a run in his last 3 starts. A guy who on the season really goes deep into games but is efficient at the same time. Last time pitching at Newport went 2 2/3 innings, allowing 1 run. That was a solo jack. And we'll get the ball here. A lefty who seems to pitch just about every game, every other game, but especially in these middle inning situations, late-ish in the contest, not a surprise to see him.
Well, he's got real good numbers against lefties, and with Colton Ledbetter coming up, guys on base, you want to have a really reliable arm coming in.
They are pressed to find a more dangerous lefty in the NECBL. Colton Ledbetter, 11 homers, 45 RBIs, most runs batted in a single season in Newport Gulls history. 1 off the mark to tie the all-time single-season home run record. That's 12. Farquhar on second, Freeman on first. They both reached on walks. First pitch is outside.
I mean, you look at it, the Gulls still got no outs, and you got to keep adding. You got to keep adding runs because you never know what's going to happen the rest of the way. You got to give Garrett Simpson, who's probably coming out for another inning, some more insurance. You gave him some more, but you got to just keep piling these runs on because you don't know what these Navigators offense could do next.
1-1. Tails upstairs. Another Newport hitter out ahead. Farquhar reached on a 5-pitch walk. Freeman reached on a 4-pitch walk. Has a chance to really get ugly here for North Shore. Cut on and miss. Now it's 2-2. 1 for 2 day for Ledbetter. Had that bloop single back in the first. Also reached on a walk. His team leading 27th of the summer. That came in the third. 4 walks for Newport as a team tonight. Cut on and missed. And that's strike 3.
Hey, what else can you ask for coming out of the pen and striking out one of the best hitters in this Gulls lineup?
That's big if you're a Spellin. Trying to stop the bleeding, and finally the Navs have an out here in the inning.
He has a lot of confidence in his stuff of recent. Throwing the ball with some oomph in the last week.
Well, this was the matchup that made the difference on July the 18th. Spellin and Alford. That was in the 7th. Slade Alford connected on a go-ahead solo shot, and the Gulls won it 7-6. That was a bullet to center field, and well, Slate has another home run tonight, a 1 for 3 day. His 7th of the summer. Second on the team behind Ledbetter. Wonder if Spellin pitches him a little different this time.
Keeping it low, especially with that force on the base path. Anything that he can maybe get on the ground, there's the potential to be beneficial to get the Navigators out of this inning.
Breaking ball, clobber to left. Will it stay fair? That ball is tailing, and it's on a one-way ticket out of here. He's done it again. A second 3-run jack here in the 7th. Slade Alford, for the second time tonight, says adios. And it's 9-2 Gulls.
Wow.
I mean, this is just kind of unbelievable offense. It's just crazy to watch. You come to the park every single day and you watch this offense at BP, and you see the enthusiasm. It's just crazy.
Well, there's an argument here for North Shore. That ball was close to getting foul. I mean, just my goodness. Look at that off the bat. And tailing over that foul pole.
You can see the left fielder out there point and say, look, it goes foul. And he might have an argument there.
Very close. Kind of at the end, started to hook.
That ball was hooking hard. It just depends where it crossed that fence.
Now, we don't have a foul pole here at Cardines Field, but the wall almost acts a little bit like it, but it doesn't go above the wall. And that might have made a difference. Hard to say, but the umpires are not reviewing it.
Well, you know, that's still a real good job to absolutely turn on a curveball, crush that down the line.
386 feet, 97 off the bat. Newport has 2 3-run home runs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Colby, the man that we were talking about earlier in the inning, with that kind of record-setting, at least this summer, home run. Last time Newport was here, Noah Martinez crushes it into right, running back with a slide. And he made the catch. Standy Martinez. That is a web gem deep and right.
What a grab. Off the bat, that was an absolute laser, which, as we watch this replay, D. Martinez just able to get under it, just shy of where that warning track would be.
Well, Trey Turner in the major leagues has kind of that silky smooth slide. That's kind of what D. Martinez did. He made that look casual, even though it was not an easy play.
I'll tell him you said that. He'll be flattered.
Here's Josh Kuroda-Grauer. It's another guy that has a home run against the Navs this season. On the 4th of July, he knocked a tree branch down and left. That is a rocket, but it tails foul. This offense is unstoppable. 9 more runs tonight. And, well, all coming off of home runs.
We came into the 7th inning, a neck-and-neck ball game. And
yeah.
You fast forward, not even a full half inning. This game now decided by 7 runs in Newport's favor.
I think Newport was happy not to see Cooper Smith come back out for the 7th.
Safe to say. That 6th inning, looking back at it, 1, 2, 3 was routine for Smith. I know he has pitch limits and such, but 2 guys that you had a lot of faith in coming in both Heisner and now Spellin. Just unable to get the big outs when it matters.
1-1 is upstairs to Kuroda-Grauer. The Week 7 NECBL Player of the Week is the 9th batter to come to the plate here in the 7th. Cut on and miss, swung right through Spellin's fastball, 88 up top.
That's a challenge fastball right there. He just throws it as hard as he can and says, hit it. I bet you can't.
That time he hits it back up the middle and through. JKG make it an 11-game hitting streak. He's hot, the goals are hot, and the inning continues.
Well, that's a good job to go down there and really get that. Caught a little bit too much to the plate, but really that's not all a bad pitch.
I mean, I was waiting for that to happen. I feel like JKG extending that hitting streak was bound to happen. He's just been so prolific at the plate. Last week, NECBL Player of the Week, it was going to happen, and finally gets his hit, well-deserved.
Alec Makarevich, he led off the inning, reaching on that E3. Feels like, well, a couple of weeks ago at this point, right? 10th batter of the inning. Here we are, 6 runs on the board for the Gulls in the 7th. Another fastball, that time it misses the zone, 87 on the gun, 2-0. The floodgates have opened. 1-for-3 day for Amac, looking to continue the inning. He has not been treated with anything to hit in this plate appearance.
I feel like usually now you see Newport explode for an inning of, like 4 or more runs, like almost every game now, as Amac with another base knock. He gets on base again, but, 6 runs in this inning. You remember that inning against Vermont? You remember just the innings against Danbury, against Valley? There's so many just one-inning performances where the Gulls just put up massive numbers.
Newport's going to go to the bench. Instead of Brian Brecker in the DH spot hitting 8th, Gulls will turn it over to Luke Beckstein, middle infielder out of Northeastern.
Yeah, that's probably good. You got to give Breck a break. He's coming off injury. You know, you don't want to push him too hard.
Recovered from a meniscus injury and has come in and been a main cog already in this Newport offense. His day is done. Here is Beckstein.
Well, it's always tough when you have a catcher have to be sent home with injury, and luckily Ryan was right there on speed dial and just came back from his injury. And, you know, we had a tough time last year with catchers getting injured and having to go back, and it really cost us.
Beck cut it a miss. Quickly 0-2.
That was a heck of a swing by right there. Goodness.
205 batting average. This is now his 32nd game played here with the Newport Gulls. Now 1-2. 11th batter of the inning. I mean, like you said, Caden, it's been those crooked number innings that have really just kind of been scattered across these last couple of weeks. Little excuse me swing. And that one just got back to the backstop.
This is a big out right now if you're the Navigators. They've let up a lot of runs. 6 have scored. And with 2 strikes, you just got to find a way to manufacture an out. Any way they can get it. This will be big, just trying to turn the page to the 8th.
2 home runs in the inning for Newport. It is the 2nd time this season that Slade Alford has a multi-home run night. Gulls have 4 as a team. 2 of them from Slade. Only 2 all of last season. And the 1-2. Beck stays alive. Foul tip back to the backstop.
Well, he doesn't want to give up his first at-bat. Not a chance.
And Newport will often call to the bench late in games. Saw them do it last night. Of course, little different of a circumstance here with a 7-run advantage. Look out. A little bit of chin music upstairs. Now it's 2-2. And Shane Briggs would want me to point this out, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the 7th. 2 on for Newport. Caught on and missed, and the inning is finally over. Nate Spellin able to finish an inning through. It took him 26 pitches after another reliever had previously come in for North Shore. 6 on the board for Newport, 2 home runs. It is all Gulls, 9-2. And before we sign off, Colby, a pleasure to have you here in the booth. Electric. Hey, you picked a pretty good inning to come, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
This was great luck. Shout out Jake Burley for eating his Wheaties. Shout out to the pitchers in the bullpen trying to catch the rabbit. You know, great day to be a Gull.
Great day indeed. 9-2 lead. We head to the 7th, and we'll be right back.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the
Back for the top of the 8th. And you see there's a little bit of a ruckus going on in the bullpen. That's because we got another bunny on the loose. And Well, my sources are telling me, my source being Ryan Costar scorer, the bunny's been caught. That's why there's a big,
wow.
a big gathering.
It's rabbit season.
It is, isn't it? Top of the 8th, 9-2 goals lead. Garrett Simpson, he's back out for his second inning of work here. A lot of work now needed all of a sudden for the Navigators. A 1-run lead has ballooned to 7, and Brady O'Brien gets it started.
A touchdown and an extra point.
And the kick is good. O'Brien on the ground to third. Alford can't get it. JKG across his body. Won't be in time. Oh, a heck of a job just to field that and keep it from getting in the grass. But it's another base hit for O'Brien. He's got a multi-hit day.
Good location there. That's an impossible throw to make unless you're peak Jeter. Going across the diamond, and a good base runner to pick up. That's the name of the game right now for the Navs.
Well, I've seen it twice tonight where he's fielded a ball deep in the hole. The first one resulted worse for the Gulls. North Shore going to the bench here and doing it at the top of their order. Instead of Jonathan Luders, it is Jake McElroy.
McElroy has been successful so far at Fraser. That RBI double, you'll remember down and left to kick off game 2 at Fraser Field, if I remember correctly. Potentially game 1, but hitting above 300 against this squad.
Also had that massive double in that game on the 4th of July that opened up the scoring here at Cardines Field, and became the first guy all season to notch a run against Dominic Parachi.
Now Pittsburgh Pirate.
Right. A big congratulations to Dom. 11th round selection, and very much well-deserved after the season he had at Salve Regina. 2-2 now to McElroy. .225 hitter, has played a lot. This is North Shore's 41st game. This is McElroy's 39th. That is strike 3 called. Garrett Simpson. He's got 3 punchies now on the night.
I mean, he's just so efficient. We talk about it. He's been one of the best arms out of the bullpen for Newport this summer, and he gets it done. You get a guy on base. He doesn't really, he doesn't falter, and he gets those outs when he needs to be. And Newport gave him a lot of insurance runs, so he's got a lot of room to work with. So I'm sure that gives him a lot of confidence as well.
Time is called before Jake Gustin can begin his at-bat. Has been as good, really, as any North Shore hitter in the box tonight. And these last 2 nights, 6 hits between last night against the Schooners and tonight against the Gulls. Big cut and a miss from the Bryant man for strike 1.
2 identical singles today into left field, picking up somewhat for his output yesterday.
4 for 6 night. And you're talking about 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, also factor in a triple. Breaking ball from Simpy in for a strike. High throw to second. It's over the glove of Kuroda Grauer, but Ledbetter there to back it up. Stolen bag for O'Brien, and picked a great pitch to run on the off speed.
O'Brien, so you talk about Jake Gustin as far as offensive output. He is another guy with 2 singles on his day. I mean, Gustin leading the charge right now.
Simpson looking for another scoreless inning. Popped a mile in the air, and shallow into left. Freeman ranging in, he makes the catch. 2 gone.
I mean, they're almost there. Newport is. I mean, the game, as Dugan was talking about, this game was a game. It was really, really close. Like, this game was, looking like it was getting down to the wire, but Newport with that explosion of an inning, it flips the game on its head. But I mean, realistically, Cooper Smith had a fantastic outing. Kevin Sider was great, and this game was really a pitcher's duel until you got into that bottom of the 7th inning.
Justin Casella, he'll try to find North Shore's first runs since back in the 4th.
Well, there's a lot more at stake. Still looking for that hit to extend the streak to double digits.
9-game hitting streak. In those 9 games, hitting .424. Little bloop shot, right field, ranging back Martinez, and there you go. Hit streak is at 10, and the third run of the day for the Navigators. O'Brien in a score. It's a 9-3 game.
A lot of times I'll jinx something. That time speaking it into existence. Get maybe half an RBI as Navigators notch their third run.
Hey, you should, right? Get a little credit in the booth.
Get me a page on
Manifest it.
Get me on baseballreference.com.
First run for the Navs since back in the fourth. And that's the first earned run for North Shore tonight and against Garrett Simpson here this summer. It's not been an easy thing to do. Just the second inning he's given up. And we talked earlier about Sider. 6 innings, 3 hits, his line, 2 runs, but none of those earned. Of course, the big E6 in that fourth inning really was the catalyst to help North Shore get those 2.
Like you said, Navigators excited to see Sider leave, but definitely not excited to see Simpson enter. Really a pick your poison situation right now as they do generate a run on that single from Casella, but they're going to need a lot more offense to make this game a bit more competitive.
Jack Penny will look to keep the inning going. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Now a 6th-run game. And we've seen Penny, while he doesn't have a hit tonight, 0 for 3. Made a couple spectacular plays at the hot corner.
Nothing gets by him. That mitt, really not an easy bounce on either ball.
2-1, little chopper to first, and rolling foul. Deuces wild here again.
Yeah, I feel like when I was talking about Simpson's no earned runs, I probably jinxed him. But that's sadly over. But still, what a great run for him. He's still fantastic pitching out of the pen. So I got 2 outs here. He's looking to close it out with Deuces Wild.
That's through the wickets and by Burley. And Casella, a big turn. He'll stay at second on the passed ball. Well, all good things must come to an end. And for Garrett Simpson, 15 1/3 innings before any team able to notch an earned run against him. It's a pretty good streak. We saw Dominic Parachi work 18 innings before giving up an earned run, and that streak was also broken by North Shore.
Something about these Navigators.
It is. I'm telling you, it is.
And at the same time, Simpson probably most brilliant against the Navigators in those 4 contests. Just fitting that it does come to an end against North Shore.
Crack down the line right to Martinez. Look what I found. Hot shot. That's the end of the inning. 1 on the board for North Shore. 9-3 the score on a hectic, a busy night with some really, really important games, Caden, across the league. 12 teams playing tonight.
Yeah, we got a bunch of important games, especially for the Newport Gulls. The first game, we got the top of the 9th at Goodall Park in Maine. Samford trying to stay in that playoff hunt. They're up 4-0 on those Scrats. Danbury right now trying to stay in the hunt. They are down 3-0 to the Steeplecats.
Wow.
So that's the games in the top of the 9th. And then at Old Mountain Field, a little chaos at Old Mountain Field. The Sharks, as they try to chase the Gulls, they are not doing a great job of it right now. The Waves 9-3 lead over the Sharks. And then the Mountaineers trying to snap their losing streak. They're up by a run in the bottom of the 8th against the Nighthawks. The Blues looking to take care of business. They're up 4-2 against the Valley Blue Sox or the Valley Red Sox. The North Shore Navigators and the Gulls, so that's the other game. But just some really compelling games here that are really going to kind of change the playoff picture, as you will, with just a few days left in the season. But that Wave score is definitely the one that stands out to everyone here at Cardines.
How about the Steeplecats? Westerners are, well, one thing worth noting, they have the tiebreaker against Ocean State and against Sanford. So if all 3 of those teams finish with the same record, the Westies will go to the playoffs, and likely it'll be against the Newport Gulls, who own the top wild card spot. An interesting score, and the other one, of course, 9-3, Ocean State on top of Martha's Vineyard. If these 2 results hold, Newport will have built that back to a 1.5 lead, which is where it sat last night.
And where does Ocean State go tomorrow? Frazier Field.
How about it?
It all ties and it all runs through the Coastal right now.
It does. An American League East, if you will. That's what we got here in the Coastal. If Ocean State holds on, that'll be now 4 of the 5 teams in the division with a winning record.
What I will say is that the Sharks have scored another run, and they have bases loaded right now at the top of the 7th inning, and they only have 1 out. So there could see another score in a couple of minutes if the Sharks can execute.
Well, while the Sharks look for a comeback attempt, Newport will look for some insurance. 9-3 the score, and a couple of changes, one at the plate. But before that, let's get to the one on the mound, a new reliever here for the Navigators.
Yeah, Max LeBlanc coming into the game. The big 6'6" righty is going to have his hands full with bends and rounds. But looking at his season so far, this is his 5th showing. So far, a guy who's either on or off, 2 scoreless outings, including his last one at Winnipesaukee, but also a couple that got away from him. Has allowed 3 runs in 2 separate 1-run bids.
It is Ben Rounds. He is a substitute for Jake Burley. Going out in style is Burles. Hit the 3-run home run.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what wraps up his day. It was his 3rd jack of the summer. First here at Cardines Field, first in front of the home faithful. And Rounds, the Harvard man, takes his place. 217 average, 25 games played. Cut on and missed. That is strike number 3. 3 pitches. And, well, I think that's the start LeBlanc was looking for.
Yeah. How do you like them apples, he says, as he grabs the first one. Sorry for the Harvard reference.
Here's Trent Farquhar. Solo shot in the 3rd. One of 4 goals, home runs tonight. And now 2 days in a row for Lord Farquhar, as he's called in these parts.
That's right.
Nice little Shrek reference. He says he gets it all the time in school.
I was considering making Shrek my post-game bus ride movie, but just haven't decided.
That'd be a great choice.
It would be a great choice.
We are headed back to the Swamp tomorrow, back to Frazier Field as the Gators take on the Waves.
The Gators. I like that.
Been trying to brand that out.
There you go.
Both Navs and Gators work pretty well.
1-1 tails outside to Trent. That was his 5th home run, 30th hit of the summer for Farquhar. And joins a long list of Newport Gulls that have already reached 30 hits here this summer. Breaking ball in for a strike. Got that outside part. Make it now a 2-2 count. Michigan State Spartan did not sit a single game for MSU this season. With Newport, a kind of a similar trend. This is his 34th game for Newport. Now a full count. He's hitting .343 through his first 25 starts. Ended up finishing at .271. Another guy that made a transfer move over from Bowling Green to Michigan State. Fouls that off. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. .26 walks for Trent. That is just 2 behind Colton Ledbetter. Another payoff pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. Max LeBlanc, that's 2 strikeouts to 2 batters faced. Now 2 away in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, really impressed so far with that fastball. That time going to it for strike 3 low in the zone. He's kept the ball low in that put-out pitch, and it's worked twice.
Well, Spencer Smith's going to pinch hit here for Colton Freeman. Little outcast blaring over the speakers as he comes to the dish. Second pinch hitter of the inning. And it was Smith that had the NECBL defensive play of the week in Week 6. A leaping grab in the 9th against North Shore in what was a 1-run game.
That's funny, as I was actually in the middle of talking to Jonathan Luters, the guy who hit that ball, when those two started talking about that play. Luters thought that would be off the wall like I did, but Spencer Smith out of nowhere went flying into that left center gap, making a speedy grab.
Guy that has played a lot of shortstop, second year with the Gulls. And he played a lot more as a middle infielder than as an outfielder. Here he is in 2022, and very much so kind of a utility guy, if you will. He can certainly give you outfield. He can give you infield if you need it. That's what he's done for Newport. 16 hits on the summer for Smith. Shot a mile in the air into right. Back DeMartinez, and he has room to make the catch. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 for LeBlanc. The Gulls 3 outs away from a victory. 9-3 the score here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
The law firm of Halloran Sage is proud to partner with the Newport Gulls for a season-long and, dare I say, epic battle for the Halloran Sage Cup. The Newport Gulls, the Mystic Schooners, the Bristol Blues, the Danbury Westerners, and the Valley Blue Sox are all in contention for the title. Halloran Sage is proud to support the NECBL teams and the Aquidneck Island community. We wish the players a successful, competitive, healthy, enjoyable season. And to the fans, enjoy the game. Play ball.
9-3 Newport on top. You see that 6th spot in the 7th. That is the difference right now. 3 outs to get for Newport to pick up its 28th victory here in 2022. And Liam Levangie, who you see on your screen, that's the new reliever for the Newport Gulls. 1-0 record. This is his 9th appearance on the summer. 8.02 ERA, but, well, 3 of his last 4 appearances, scoreless outings for Levangie. He's pitched 12 and a third innings, 9 strikeouts, and 4 walks.
One of those scoreless outings also off the Navigators here at Cardines.
That was that 3-1 game that also involved Cooper Smith as the starting pitcher. Newport looking to close the season with what would be 4 wins in a row against the North Shore Navigators. 4-2 season series advantage. And like as we mentioned earlier, most regular season wins in 9 years if Newport can get 3 more outs.
The objective just has to be make good at-bats. You're not going to, I guess, tie this game back up with one swing. You got to fight, hope to put the bat on the ball and see where it takes you.
It's what Connor Birch will look to do. He leads off the inning, the North Shore designated hitter. And swinging first pitch, swung right through the off-speed. I say off-speed, but hardly that from Levangie at 84 miles per hour. You'll see his 12-6 curveballs dip into the high 60s. Wow. And sharp break at that.
There we go.
69 miles per hour, 12-6 curve. And it really does dip like, I'd say, few, if any, Gulls pitchers. That's what the Bryant University righty does to fool hitters. Cut on and missed, back to 85. And it's 1-2. Son of former Boston Red Sox pitching coach Dana Levangie is Liam. Second season here with Newport. One of 4 returnees. Smacked on the ground, diving attempt from Alford. It's through for a base hit.
That's exactly what you need. Some solid hard contact that time from Birch. That's his first hit on the ball game. Swinging a pretty good contact bat of racing, and that'll notch another.
1 for 4 day for Birch. 23rd hit of his on the summer. And the 6th for North Shore here tonight, one it really needed. A lot more is needed after. 6 runs. That is the difference in the ball game. Nathan Blasek likes to just keep, I guess, the assembly line moving, if you will.
Keep it rolling.
First pitch gets the outside part of the plate. 0 for 3, Blasek with a strikeout, hitting .233 on the season.
Vanjie really doesn't need to keep Birch too close to that bag. Is not a guy who's known to steal, and especially in this situation, wouldn't expect too aggressive an approach.
In the dirt, and the new catcher, Jack Scanlon, will throw that down, but it goes into center field. Birch will stay at second. Scanlon coming in to replace Jake Burley, of which Newport pinch hit 4 with Ben Rouse.
Not exactly a steal, but similar to, I guess I just jinxed it away.
Kind of a tough angle for Scanlon. He tried it, but had to pick it up quickly and made the quick decision to throw it down. Fortunately for Newport, no added damage done with Birch remaining on second. 1-1. Coming to the West Virginia man, Blasek. On the ground to first. Martinez will flip to Levangie. And the Gulls are 2 outs away.
Yeah, I mean, despite the man on third, I mean, don't really worry about that and just get these 2 outs and, get ready for tomorrow.
Gulls are back in action tomorrow. Last road game of the regular season. That's a 6:30 start at Dodd Stadium. You can catch it on the NECBL network. And then the final home game before the playoffs begin is Friday against the Ocean State Waves. Here's Charlie Taylor. He swings on the first pitch. Kuroda Grauer throws to first, and there's 2 away. Now a 5-run game as Birch touches home.
And the Navs get 1 back, but really not a need for concern if you are the Gulls, as with the bases cleared and still a favorable lead. Just need 1 more ground ball, pop-up, strikeout, however you get it.
Stanley Martinez is the final hope. Base is empty here in the 9th with 2 away. Levangie looking to shut the door. First pitch, that's right down Broadway. 7 strikes, 2 balls so far out of the pen. 9th appearance for Liam.
We got a little Bryant on Bryant action right here.
Couple of Bulldogs going at it between DeMartinez and Levangie. And now 0-2. Gulls a strike away. Gulls looking for a much-needed bounce-back victory. Fell 6-5 last night. Still a good crowd at hand as we're just past the 9 o'clock hour. Crowd beginning to clap. No balls and 2 strikes to DeMartinez. Here's the pitch. On the ground, Kuroda Grauer to first, and the ball game is over. The Newport Gulls have won it. 9-4 the final. The 28th victory for Newport here in 2022. The most wins in a regular season since 2013. The 7th inning, that'll be what Newport looks back on. 6 runs, 2 3-run home runs. And the power bats, they were out tonight. 2 home runs from Slade Alford. And what a performance for him. And then you got home runs from Trent Farquhar and then from Jake Burley as well. As we begin our post-game show here at Duke in a game that was close on really until that 7th inning, a 3-2 ball game that just kind of got turned on its head.
And Zach, as we've talked about, every time these teams face off, up until the 7th inning, it's always a close game. It's how you perform from that state on. That first match we saw at Fraser, same output with a big monster inning. You blinked and Heisler and Spillane both allowing 3-run bombs to left field. A couple of close calls, but you just can't keep the blow-up inning. It was the name of the game, and there's a reason this Gulls offense has been so potent and so explosive all year. They've got guys who can hit from top to bottom. To hit that, or the home run that really opened things up was off the bat of Burley. That 3-run bomb, 6-2 ball game, and from there on, there's just no answer for the Navigators.
3-run bomb from Burley, the next 3 batters reach, and then a 3-run bomb from Slade Alford. Caden, we've talked plenty about how the Gulls have put that crooked number on the board, and that's kind of really been what's highlighted the month of March, the fact that the Gulls have just continued to do that here throughout the whole month.
I mean, it's just crazy to watch. I mean, this offense is so deep. They have so much power, so much versatility. They don't just kill you with the long ball. They did today, but they could do it in other ways as well. I mean, Slade Alford, 5 RBIs. It's just another night for him to remember. And this Newport Gulls team, they roll on into a stretch at the end of the season. They got the Schooners and then the Waves. So you got to end those two, keep that momentum going into the postseason, because that is definitely very important. Don't want to end that regular season run on a loss by all means, but this is definitely a game, a much-needed rebound win after yesterday's gut-wrenching loss.
Gulls end this season series 5-2. They win it against North Shore in the 7 matchups, including 4 in a row to end this season series, a 9-4 final. And what turned out to be yet another great game. And Dugan, as we close up shop for me and you rather, here in the booth, I know this is the final time we'll be working together. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with you. I'll be certainly following your work back at Penn State, and just class act is always a lot of fun to have you here.
Zach, it's not goodbye. It's a see you later. It has been a fun season series working with you, Caden, everyone here, even the coach that we got to talk to on the track today, Shane as well. But just a great organization and always a pleasure. It's gonna be bittersweet this upcoming year, but we always have these memories.
Great memories indeed. A fantastic season series between North Shore and Newport has come to a close. 5-2, the Gulls win that series, and 9-4, they win here tonight. I'll toss things over to Caden, but for myself, Zach Letson in the booth, and Dugan Lloyd signing off from up here after Newport's 9-4 win. Now we'll toss it to Caden, and Shane Briggs will join him in the booth to recap this victory for Newport. So, Caden, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Zach, Dugan. It's been a pleasure. This has been one of the games where I feel like, it was an unbelievable performance, but this was a much-needed win. I talked about it before the game. This is a game that Newport needed. This was a game that, right now when you're looking at the scores around the NECBL, with the Waves giving you a bone, they're helping you. They just extended their lead 10-4 right now. It's just something that the Newport Gulls have to keep executing, because they want that 3 seed. I think they want that, the higher seed in the postseason. I feel like that's important to them because they play so well here at Cardines Field in front of these fans. And as you try to chase the Blues right now are up 4-2 against the Valley Blue Sox. I'm accompanied by Shane Briggs on camera 1 today. How are we doing today, my friend?
I mean, about as good as one can. Did you see what I just saw?
Yeah, I mean,
one heck of a Gulls win, that's for certain. So
yeah.
I will take that 7 days a week.
That's 100%. I mean, it was actually a game. I mean, it was a game that was very close. It was a tight battle between these two teams that they are always going to give you their best shot, the Navigators against the Gulls. But I mean, the offense, the power. I mean, the top of the lineup. Even the bottom of the lineup. Jake Burley with an absolute shot.
And that is how you win ball games, is production top to bottom. And that's what I love most about this team, is the depth that they have and the abilities that they possess 1 through 9 to always have somebody hurt you. Like, to have somebody like Josh Kuroda-Grauer or Alec Makarevich be in your 6 and 7 holes is absolutely insane. To have that towards the bottom of your lineup, and I mean, just absolutely spectacular stuff. One heck of a game. A beautiful output by the Gulls, and I mean, that's the result. 6 runs in an inning on 2 3-run homers.
Yeah, I mean, that's their second game out of our last 3 that they've had 3 home runs. They had 3 against the Mountaineers, obviously
4 tonight.
Back to back to back. It just said, 4 tonight. I mean, it's 3 or more. It's been a crazy ride for this offense, and every single night you go out as a pitcher, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get some insurance runs. You're going to get some leeway, if you will, to kind of adjust. You could give up some runs here and there, but this offense is going to give you that, that the buffer that you need to execute, and kind of you're not under pressure as much as you will, but you have so much room where you could really just play with pitches, something like that. But when the Gulls give you a 6-run bottom of the 7th, I can't imagine how much confidence that gives you.
It has to be such a huge weight off your back as a pitcher, because not only, we have some very talented pitchers on this roster, and for them to then be able to come out here and what feels like a nightly basis just have offensive output after offensive output has to be so calming to be able to sit back and catch your bearings, where it's like, okay, I can do this. I have nothing to worry about. My guys got me. I got my guys. And that is what I feel like is one of the things that keeps this team so tight is, you see the bond that these guys have. And these guys all clearly love playing together. They all have a ton of fun playing together. And it comes out in massive team wins like this, where you see the guys celebrating on everything, except they didn't celebrate on Trent Farquhar's home run until he got into the dugout. Did you see that?
I did see
ghost
that.
high fives at the home plate.
I did see that, yeah.
Comes into the dugout, and all the guys absolutely erupted. A little silent treatment action.
That's kind of funny. I love to see that. It's just kind of like you got to keep this momentum going, as I said. The postseason is coming up. You got 2 more games tomorrow at Dodge Stadium against the Mystic Schooners, and then you got Friday back here at Cardines for the last game of the regular season. Not the last game of the year for the Gulls here, but the last game of the regular season at Cardines against the Waves. And then, tomorrow the Gulls will throw Cole Stasio on the mound. He's going to start, and he's been really just sensational from the mound. He has 3 games in a row. He has been just phenomenal. He has not given up an earned run. He's given up 1 earned run in his last 4 outings. Last time out against Vermont, he came out of the pen, and he was great. Just 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, and just 1 walk. So you're getting another reliable arm, 3.68 ERA. He's been good, 28 strikeouts. Cole Stasio, just another good arm out of the Newport guy that, he's been a starter. He's been on the bullpen, has 8 games, 3 starts. So you're bringing another reliable guy on the mound. But I think it just breathes that this team, you talked to Colton Ledbetter before the game, Zach did in the pregame show, and he really believes that this team has what it takes. They have the roster to really just go the distance, and it's something they haven't done since 2014.
Yeah, and that was something that I was able to, off the record, touch base with JKG the other day, and I asked him about that. What's it like playing with such a talented roster? What's it like going out there and knowing that all these guys always have your back? Like, what's it really like being on this team? And he was like, dude, we are just a bunch of guys. Because I asked him also about, it seems like there's just an incredible amount of humility on this team. Nobody really wants to celebrate or take any individual credit. Everyone's just like, no, we're winning. The Gulls are hot, right? It's always the team, the team, the team. And he was like, yeah, no, we just want to win this thing. Like, that's all that this team is focused on. There's nobody focused on individual accolades. There's nobody focused on anything like that. It's always just the team, the team, the team. And that's one of the things that I love the most about these guys.
Yeah, it's always team first. There's no I in team, and I think that this squad epitomizes that. And I'm sure, the guys that had to leave early, whether it was, Sammy, if he does come back, Dom, Jake, Colin, those guys, they'll be watching this team through the end. I'm sure they're going to, be like, let's do it for them. I'm sure they would love to be here, but they have bigger and better things that they have in their pro careers. But it's right now you have 2 division games left. But right now, if the season were to end today, it would be a Newport Gulls here at Cardines Field against the Ocean State Waves. You would get 4 teams out of the Coastal Division in the tournament or in the playoffs. But it's right now, the Waves look like they're going to win right now. But the Mainers won. They are 500, the same exact record right now as the Waves. So you could get Samford here. Danbury just lost, so that really just kind of eliminates them from the picture. But it's right now between Samford and Ocean State, between who's going to get that last spot. And if the Martha's Vineyard Sharks right now, if I believe that game is close to being over, top of the 8th inning right now, it's 10-4. Ocean State Waves over the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Wow. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think about. The Blues looks like they are going to close out the Valley Blue Sox. They're up 5-2. And they're looking like they're going to secure that bye right now with a lead over, or 2-game lead over the Newport Gulls, or over a 1.5-game lead rather. But it looks like if the Blues can execute at the end of the season, and I mean even if the Gulls can find a way to win their last 2 games, it looks like the Gulls will finish in that 3 spot, and I think that's something they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that is just about everything that we have. Do you want to send to a quick break before we throw things down to Zach Letson with our South Coast Player of the Game, Slade Alford?
Yeah, I see Slate down there. He was autographing a lot of kids down there.
Well, I mean, can't say I blame the kids.
Me neither. I mean, if I was, I'd want his. I mean, the man has had a heck of a day. I mean, two games this season with 2 home runs.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Slade Alford.
As Zach finally corrals Slade Alford to get him over there for a nice little post-game interview. But
let's send it down to them.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. From me and Shane up at the booth. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it, but I'll send it down to Zach for the Player of the Game interview with Slade Alford. That is it for us. Signing off from up in the booth.
All right, well, Newport whacked the ball around a lot tonight. 4 jacks on the night, 2 of them from the man to my right. It is Slade Alford. He's got the boxing gloves around his neck. And why not? It feels like the champ after a night like tonight, right? 2 home runs for you, Slade. It is your second 2-homer game this season. What was working for you at the plate on just another fantastic night for you?
It's just the same thing every day. So, I mean, go in there, look for a pitch and get it. And, good Lord was shining on me tonight. So that's the way it goes.
Well, how fun is it to play in this offense? I mean, you got a team that can score 6 runs in an inning like it's nobody's business. I mean, this has been kind of a recurring theme for an offense that is putting up numbers that nobody else in the NECBL can match. How fun is it just to play with these guys?
It's awesome, man. We got a lot of good hitters, and it's awesome to be in there with them guys, You can learn something from all of them, so it's great.
Well, a 6-run 7th inning. Goals are hot. It's a 9-4 win. Only 2 games left as Newport looks to get a hold and win the Coastal Division. What's the mindset heading into this tail end of the season before you got playoffs that start on Monday?
Just take it one game at a time. I mean, that's all you can do. So, I mean, just try to win every game at a time and just see what happens. Make a run at it.
All right, that's Mississippi State's Slade Alford after a big-time 2-home-run performance. Slade, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
All right, Gulls get it done, 9-4 final. The most regular season wins by a Gulls team in 9 years. 5-run win over the Navigators. That sets things up for a 6:30 first pitch tomorrow night at Dot Stadium. And the Gulls are back home for a final time here in the regular season Friday against the Ocean State Waves. Well, for Dugan Lloyd and Caden Sharpens here in the booth, Tom Lima down below pressing all the buttons in the control room. I'm Zach Letson signing off for the final time. Newport over North Shore, 9-4.